that they felt like people needed to see men shaking their asses because that's hotter than seeing Jill.
Jesus. Crazy over there.
All right, hey, Patrice O'Neal in studio, and
why was Norton so upset about sitting? That's what I'm thinking about.
You wanted to play.
Because you want to play when you're on the show. You want to go out and play.
What? You didn't.
What were you going to do? Go in the outfield and spin around three times?
I don't understand.
Yeah, you didn't give any indication you wanted to play because you showed up with Doc Martens. I got to defend myself here.
There's no indication he wanted to play by his body.
I was the Joe Torre of my team there. You know, if all of a sudden, like, Derek Jeter shows up in Doc Martens, he's sitting. I'm sorry.
You weren't the Torre. You were the Opie Himmler.
Yes, it wasn't about fun with Opie. It was about loading the team up with ringers, sitting the people that are on the show,
and yelling at
and winning
the
the game.
And just yelling at everybody.
He should have. He absolutely should have.
Thank you, Patrice.
No, I would have started one of those Derek Jeter full-size poster.
Just a poster.
Over you. Just him. A picture of Derek Jeter before you.
Intimidate the pitcher.
You don't understand. I was a good ball player when I was younger. I was big.
What ball, though? Jacks?
No, I was playing
marbles. Don't say anything when you moved.
I was good. I resent your implication that I was a slug. I was a good baseball player when I was young.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you spun around in the outfield 3 times, and the coach called you a ballerina.
That was when I played for Young's Glass Service. When I was in 5th grade or 4th grade, I was the right fielder, which is always a position of honor.
Position of honor.
Jimmy hits the ball, and he slithers wetly and slowly like a slug to first base.
Oh, but the pitcher has thrown salt on him, and he's dissolving.
He disappears.
There was a...
He starts to sizzle.
I had a nervous tick where I would spin to the right once. This is the complete truth. That I was doing it in the outfield. I was spinning right to the once, and I'll never forget. My father was there, and the coach screamed from the bench, "Hey, Jimmy, what are you, a ballerina?" in front of the other team and the stand. I just had to go, no. Oh,
you know, now that I think about this, there was a drastic difference between the two teams.
Oh, hell yeah!
Anthony's team, after like the 4th inning,
smiling and having fun,
was pretty much too drunk to get out on the field, and
yep.
And I'm making my guys do like calisthenics in between innings.
We actually had to have, and this isn't a lie. This is the God's honest truth. We had to have someone from my team go over to your dugout to steal your beer,
right?
Because we drank all ours, and you guys weren't really drinking that much.
Well, my team wasn't allowed to drink the beer,
so we had to go over there and actually make a beer run into his dugout.
I hope people realize this is more of a bit than anything. They drank whatever they wanted. But I did take it a little more seriously than Anthony.
Certainly did.
Hey, we were just talking about...
You know who you are? You were the other coach from Bad News Bears.
Yes.
Oh, the same right.
Vic Morrow.
It's always
Vic Morrow, right.
Slapping the courtship of Eddie's father kid in the face.
Yeah, Jimmy missed the play.
Eddie.
And I just marched out onto the field and grabbed the ball from him and slapped him.
But I've been coming in studio a lot. And he slapped me on the face, and I just laid there in just a little withered hunk.
And then a tranny runs out of the field and looks me in the face and goes, "I hope you're proud of yourself."
No. I didn't talk about that back then.
Yeah, Opie was treating it like...
I didn't even get that. For a second, a tranny goes, "How dare you not start, Jimmy?"
Well, it was a little takeoff on the scene that we were kind of play acting.
Yeah.
Wasn't it the mother that said something to Vic Morrow? But in my...
Vic
taught her who was boss. Oh, this is on one of those deep... This is deep white.
Well, you can go Karate Kid and think Opie was like the sensei at the Bad Dojo.
Martin Cove, okay, I can go with that.
You were sensei at Bad Dojo. Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai. That's how Opie ran his team, like Cobra Kai. Yeah, Johnny, yeah!
I said,
get him a body bag!
But Opie, I can beat this guy. And he said, what did he say?
Sweep the leg
with your Doc Martin.
And then do it. And then we needed a couple runs, and Ant didn't even realize that, like, I was sneaking my brother into the lineup, like he was batting every 4th batter.
Oh, it was ridiculous. And then your pitching just stunk.
Mine?
Yeah. Like the catcher would throw the ball back to Ope, and Ope would immediately throw the ball back. Like the bat, and I was trying to tell my guys, step out of the box, make him wait. Like, and my batters would just sit there and 1, 2, 3. It's like,
Three strikes, you're
come
out.
on. I go,
It is
step
softball,
out.
though, man.
Step out of the box.
You don't have a hitting strategy with softball.
You
It's a
do.
grown game.
You don't swing at every friggin' pitch he's throwing at you every second.
Now, was
I
it
was throwing
one toss
inside.
or was it 3 winds?
Nah, I was just throwing it inside. I strategically was throwing it inside.
He was throwing inside, but it was the speed between pitches.
I was handcuffing
He just
his
kept
team.
like, he'd pitch it, the catcher would throw it back to him, and he'd instantly throw it back at you.
All right.
It's like,
you know what?
Step out of the box.
You know what? I know we're heading toward winter, but game on.
Game on.
Game on. Celebrity softball in the spring.
I still don't know anybody.
Game on.
I'm done.
Have it this winter. It's the end of the world.
Winter, what do we got? A friggin' enclosed stadium?
No, this is 80
going?
degrees. It's going to be 80 degrees at Christmas.
yeah, good point.
Thank God.
Hey, if we can find an indoor place to play, we'll play like immediately. Audio of Anthony's team as I'm pitching. Oh no!
See, that was backwards. That would mean I was winning.
Anthony was pitching.
Yeah, I was hoping for the
drinking.
1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out.
Yeah.
Over and over again. Never mind. That doesn't work. All right,
That's
hey,
all right.
we were talking about this game, Custer's Revenge. Did you hear us talking about
I was
it?
listening to that. It was,
Wow.
That was
You remember
really
this game?
interesting. Not at all.
'Cause you
Not
were-
at all.
You go way back with your
Yeah, I
gaming,
do.
right?
I go back to where Asteroids was just a triangle, and it was just. I'm a video game guy, but I've never heard of a raid game.
Would you play it in the arcade, Asteroids?
Oh yeah, no, that was big game.
I played it at Tommy Tucker's Lounge on 25A, the old Howard Johnson's. That's now the post office for Centerport, Long Island. Oh, I know I'm going very local here, but they would have those tabletop games. So you would have your like gin and tonic, whatever the hell we were drinking back then.
Miss Pac-Man.
Pac-Man, Acanoid.
Remember that though?
Acanoid?
It was so cool because it was a glass table and you could play the games while you're drinking right there.
Yep.
On a flat surface.
Millipede, Missile Command. Those
Centipede was a good one too.
Millipede and Centipede. Millipede was all shooting Centipede.
Joust.
Joust. Yep. Tempest.
What was the one that it was so we bring this up
Avoid
all the-
spikes.
we bring this up all the time, but it was a shootout game. It was like two like gunslingers in the Old West, and there was two cactuses that you were able to hide behind,
Right.
on separate sides of the screen. So your guy's behind the cactus, and then you had to be brave enough to move up or down away from the cactus to try to take your
Take a shot.
which was so ridiculous because the game could go on forever because the other guy could just choose never to leave the cactus.
Yeah, and the bullet didn't go fast enough.
Which is amazing
Sorry.
now because you play Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter.
Oh.
And it's like real. It's
Yeah.
like you die and you have a funeral for real. Like for yourself, where you just guns with camera. They have a camera gun that you don't have to look out, just like probably the real army, and you just can see the dude. And from that, you know, Joust and what's the one with the blocks fit into each other? The fame, you know,
Tetris.
Tetris and. It from that to this, but I've never heard of a Indian raid game. That is just
No, never heard of it.
unbelievable.
And we're finding more of these, but I guess Atari thought there was a market for like X-rated video games is what it comes down to. And one of them was this Custer's Revenge. I never heard of it. And we have this guy, he's not one of our guys, but he's famous on the internet. He's called Angry Video Nerd. And what he does is he plays these really old games and just talks about them.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
So he actually reviewed this game, Custer's Revenge.
He did.
So we got some audio of him doing just that. It's Angry Video Game Nerd. You can find this guy on YouTube. Just put his name in the search, and it's hours of fun listening to this guy. Right, Danny?
Yeah, it's actually a pretty fun watch. The thing about the porno games is that Atari wasn't actually marketing this. It was back you know, in the early days of video games. There was no like licensing, so anybody could just produce a game for that
for that system or
so,
whatever.
Yeah, if
Okay,
you were
I
an
gotcha.
independent company, you could just make a game and sell it.
Right.
And they couldn't do anything about it.
So this was made by an independent company.
Independent company, right?
I guess in a way they were kind of happy to have it out there because it's like they didn't make enough games, so it's like screw it, let
And it was
people make
popular?
games. I don't think that
enough to be on the list
not.
of
Well,
best man games.
well, you know, these idiots that make these lists have to find some little like twist. No one heard of Custer's Revenge until this very moment.
I've never heard of that game.
All right, let's go to the audio. It's Angry Video Game Nerd actually talking about the game and playing the game. Here we go.
There's an Atari game, Custer's Revenge, where you f*** a naked chick up against a cactus. Nobody would believe me, but it was true. It was a real game, and it came in a nice leather case, I guess so the kids couldn't see it. At the stores, you had to ask for it because it was either hidden behind the counter or in the back room. But anyway, I find the picture on the front really weird. The girl's depicted in a realistic style where Custer is like a cartoon character, and he's way smaller than her, and he's got a hairy ass. Well, let's pop this piece of in and give it a go. I don't even need to comment. Look at this. Well, you're both completely naked. Well, maybe not completely naked. You got a cowboy hat, a pair of boots, and a scarf or an ascot. Ascot. So what's happening?
What an idiot. This kid's hysterical, though, man. I love his reviews.
I've seen many of his videos on YouTube.
Ascot. So what's happening? There's spears dropping from the sky, and you gotta dodge them. Oh, look, I got hit. Then lightning strikes, and you jump out of your boots. So the goal is to get over there and rape her. It's terrible. I can't believe I'm playing this.
Yeah.
This is unbelievable.
Oh, okay, I'm watching a little bit of it.
Look at the graphics of the naked woman. I know it's radio, but it's so lame. Look at
And especially,
that.
can you picture, if you're going to rape somebody, can you picture something more uncomfortable to rape them against than a cactus?
Oh.
A cactus. Well, there's someone shooting arrows at you.
But you don't even know it's a cactus because the graphics
there he
suck
goes.
so bad. It looks like a green post.
Yeah.
There's no hint that it's an actual cactus except for the fact that it's green.
It's a green lowercase L.
Right.
And you have to rape her until her tribe saves her?
No, I guess you get points for every movement you make.
Every pump?
Yeah, because then you gotta
Well, you got to avoid the arrows.
avoid
coming
the
down from
arrows.
sky.
They come at you.
Oh, because they're like, oh, man, so, and the idea is that there's some dudes, like, because I'm thinking of how they would make it now if they remade this game.
Oh.
So it's just dudes going, oh, man, he's raping her. It's just
Firing up in the air.
Let's try our best, like almost like 300 with the arrows rain
The
down.
arrows come down on you.
Just rape until it's over, until it's like, and then you get 3 rapes.
Yeah. The graphics are so bad. I think Dan is pointing out here that she looks like an ostrich. It doesn't even look like
Wow.
All right, here's more from Angry Video Game Nerd playing Custer's Revenge.
Yeah, that's how you score in this game. That's funny, right? Well, it's funny for about 2 minutes, then it gets boring. All you do is bang the chick, dodge the spears. Bang the chick, dodge the spears. You know, you gotta give this guy credit. He's under attack, and he still has the nerve to go over and screw this woman against a cactus. I think it's a cactus. With Atari, you really can't tell.
That's what we just said.
And in the background, the beauty, there's like smoke signals coming. It's the worst smoke signals.
Yeah.
In the.
Oh yeah, look, it's just like a white little
Yeah, but back in the day,
Dot.
like, this is amazing.
comes up from the horizon.
This is the graphics will never get better than this. I can't believe they figured this out.
You only know who's who by the blue cowboy hat.
Yeah.
That's the guy.
Right.
And then she has some awful headdress, but you can't tell it's a woman.
No.
And there's a little red X, which is supposed to be something. And like Eric said, it's a little football puff of smoke coming up.
I guess it's the fire.
But back then it wasn't about the we didn't even say, the graphics. It was like just the game.
Couldn't believe you were playing
The
it.
game was just it. But
Yeah.
now it's just like...
It's ridiculous.
All about the graphics.
Go to YouTube, Atari Crap, Custer's Revenge, because I'm sure ONARadio.com is not going to be allowed to have this up there.
Why?
Got to keep it safe. Here's one more
not
clip
real.
from Angry Video Game Nerd.
You know what bothers me? The spears don't even come down all the way. They disappear, so it doesn't even make sense when they hit you. But overanalyzing this game isn't even worth it. It's nothing more than a joke. It stirred up a lot of outrage when it came out in 1982. Native Americans were offended, women activists were offended, parents were offended if their kids got a hold of this, and I'm offended because this game's a piece of
He is angry.
Yeah, Angry Video Game.
Does he ever like any games? Everything I've reviewed, he just doesn't like.
I love these guys on the internet that find their niche. His niche is to look at these old games and play them.
Yeah.
So it's perfect. He's not going to like any of them.
And then he just curses a lot.
Because these games are so old, how could you possibly like them?
Yeah.
That's what makes it fun. That's his niche. It's perfect, man. All right, we got to take a break. We got Patrice O'Neal. He's playing the Stress Factory in New Brunswick tonight and tomorrow night. And you know what, Patrice, we got someone on the line said you killed last night. Rich, Jersey, what's up?
Hey, man, I just wanted to say we went to see Patrice last night. He killed. Awesome set, dude.
Thank you. I appreciate it, man. Thank you, dude. Thanks for coming last
got
night.
the better end of this.
Cool, man.
If you need tickets, you can dial the Stress Factory and just get them in advance. Don't be fags. 732-545-4242. That's ha-ha. But Vinny made it ha-ha because 4242 is too hard to remember.
Yes.
But ha-ha's like a laugh.
Well, haha's funny. 4242 isn't funny.
Good thing he didn't name it after himself. It would have been 732-545-zzz.
That self-serving ass.
Oh, and then special guest Vinny Brand.
In his own club. I can't get over that.
Vinny's only there in case there's a snowstorm and the real headliner can't make it. He'll stretch the phone
Vinny
call.
did 55 minutes ahead of me as the MC last night. He's unbelievable. And he spares no expense for anything hack. Like a gold slide whistle, Vinny will pay for it. or an actual guy to stand up there and go, dun, 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 dun.
Just to bring it
Hey, Vinny.
Just to bring everyone
the door.
Hold on, just to bring everyone on board. We're reading this commercial here in New York for the Stress Factory. We love the place, and Vinny's the owner. And during the live read, he lists all the comics that are coming to his club in the near future, and he lists himself as coming soon to his own club.
Yeah.
And we can't get enough of that.
He hates.
He's there every
wants
night.
To be a comic so bad, but he's just stuck in being a club owner.
Yeah.
He makes millions as a club owner, but he goes, Patrice, why don't nobody respect me in the city? Vinny, well, shut up. Like, they just don't, and they're not. You're a club owner. You know what I mean? It's just like you're never going to get somebody to actually tell you the truth about your act.
But he's not there enough, too. He really goes to the city occasionally. You never see him. It's like he's hanging out every night and being one of the
Because
guys.
he owns $1 million. He's a millionaire, but he has this thing where he's trying to sneak around and be a regular guy and no one's having it.
Yeah, you can't do both, I guess, huh? He is a funny guy, but it's just
Yes.
it's so self-serving that he lists himself as one of the comics coming soon to his own club.
And he headlines 18 times a year.
If he didn't think that he'd get spit on for it, he would list himself as the only comic. And the other guests, like Patrice and DePaulo.
And a
occasionally.
very special appearance by
Vinny Brand.
Hey, Vinny, what are you doing?
Vinny's awful.
Oh, he really thinks he's a local hit.
Oh, he's just...
I'd like to spit in his face. The way he, he'll go up and do the phone call and have all the local flavor. He thinks he's a real popular feature. Yeah. You're not.
Oh, Vinny Brand. Went to his house for the Super Bowl last year. I'm never going back.
Was it awful?
Like, you ever go to some, Vinny's friends are so white. Like, they're not color white. They're just these white people, and I'm there, and I'm just so disappointed. And I said, Vinny, you know what this is like if I invited you over my house and we were fighting dogs and shooting each other. Like you come over, hey, Vinny, come over to my house to eat, and and everybody's like, what? Playing dice. That's how white his friends were. Like almost Republican
A
convention.
scene out of Menace to Society?
No, a scene out of his house. It was Wicker Man. You felt like they're getting ready to burn me in some type of...
right.
It was a weird whiteness going on, and I was just really upset with Vinny and his choice of friends.
Were they fun people, though?
Absolutely not. They weren't white people with problems. They were just like, hello, all had sweaters that fit. You know how white people like their clothes to fit, and like you could see the waist of the sweater. It didn't even have enough length to blouse under, and it was just so white it bothered me. Because Vinny, I'm never coming back to your house until you get some. Because if you
get some diversity,
like
Need a little diversity.
You've been around the world, you travel, you know people.
Right.
You can't have this whiteness.
Yeah.
It bothered me so bad. I was just like, I can't ever come back.
You gotta throw in a token or two.
That's what I felt like. It wasn't even...
You were his token to say, look, see, I'm cool.
Token black guy.
Yeah.
I was really bothered by
My goodness, Vinny knows a Negro.
that. And those are the people.
What?
Those are the people.
Lovey, look.
And they've never had any interaction with a black person, so that was probably very awkward because they were trying to be overly cool to you.
And it was kids there. Who gives kids at a Super Bowl party? Just a bunch of kids with sweaters.
Running around.
Kids with sweaters,
and
huh?
wives were sitting there trying to pretend to like football, and guys were like, breaking off into blah, blah, blah.
You want to get into the pool?
Ugh.
We're doing a football
It was
pool.
a football pool. I just wanted to slap everything down, his pretzels and his dumb Rocky II pinball machine, even though...
Does he have a Rocky II pinball machine?
Vinny is...
Oh, invite me over to that house.
Vinny is classic white in terms of if you're like a black kid that never went to a white house, like a white person's house, if you don't know white people, his house is like, wow, white people live a dream. This house should be on top of a cloud. That's Vinny's life.
We really got to take a break. Patrice O'Neal is playing Vinny's Club tonight and tomorrow. That's right. Dress Factory, New Brunswick, New Jersey. It's Opie and Anthony. Patrice, we were talking about Dog, the bounty hunter.
Very interesting, man. I don't know. It's one of those things you don't. Like the Imus thing was. Immediately, I've learned as I get older, I try to understand the context, and I think if you boil it down to what's wrong right now with us in terms of this whole problem we're having communicating, context has been taken away. No one tries to figure out, all right, come on, what did he really mean that? Imus was trying to be funny and he messed up. Now, Dog the Bounty Hunter is different because there's so many different angles to this, like his privacy. Now, and the parent code and his code. Like this situation with Dog, it's like the chicken or the egg, man. It's like you got to make a choice. Like I can't. Like if my mother blew up a plane, a passenger jet, I wouldn't snitch on her. I go, Mom, you blew up a plane? I would try to make sure no one ever found out my mother blew a plane up. And it's real. So the parent code is strong with me and my mother. But, with him...
That's really interesting. What would you, tell authorities about your mom?
Absolutely not.
Well,
nothing.
I think he picked the ultimate thing there.
Yeah. Well,
blowing up.
Yeah, I tried to be as horrid as I could. Nothing.
How about she's... diddling kids or something?
No.
Nope. I would tell on them for being too provocative.
No.
But it is an interesting...
I would try to stop her. I would never tell my mother.
There is an interesting thing that you brought up here. Like, there is a family code.
Like a parent code.
A parent code or a brother and sister, brother to brother. But every once in a while on the news, you see, like, family members...
Unabomber is a famous case of a brother turning into his brother.
So that's the question. What would one of your family members have to do for you to actually go to the authorities and go, man, my brother or my whatever?
Nothing for my mom's. Very little for my sister. I might snitch on my sister if she blew a passenger jet up.
Here's where I draw the line. If something happened where a close relative of mine did something where if I found out about it, I'd have a chance of going to jail, then I got a rat. I ain't going to jail.
Self-preservation?
I am never going to jail for anybody else.
Yeah, Ant's got to save himself first.
I got to save my own
very selfish.
I wouldn't take a Jesus beating for my mother. Like, I might take a torturing, but not a Jesus beating. Like,
not one of those,
not a
Passion of the Christ.
Yeah,
because there's
a Passion of
some
Christ
of the Jesus beatings look like he can handle it.
The Passion of the Christ
the old
beating?
School Charlton Heston movie, Jesus beating didn't look too bad.
You got to make it perfectly clear.
Passion of the Christ,
Jesus beating.
The Mel Gibson movie beating,
they kind of romanticized the thing. It wasn't that bad.
They glossed
didn't look
over
too
it.
bad.
Absolutely. I probably wouldn't do that. But other than that, my mother could do anything because I know when I got in trouble, my mom's put me in the trunk of her car and sent me out of town to make sure things cool down. And I just would not snitch on her. But Dog... See, here's the thing: is people
for the people obviously he was mad Dog at his son for dating a black woman because they like to use the N-word around the office,
right?
And of course, the son, ratted his dad out and sent the tapes to somebody, taped this conversation. Now Dog is screwed and he's going to lose his show.
But there's a value of that. There's a value there that Dog is missing. Like he broke the code of accepting your kid for what he does. He told his kid, you can't love. We're gonna excommunicate you from the family because you're gonna marry this black girl or you're gonna be with this black girl. And he stopped the code right there. And another thing, the value of being a complete racist in your own home all the time. It's like, who you blame? Do you blame Dog for being this foul? And it goes down to his son because did he break the code and then his son broke the code? Like it's a very touchy thing, man. And now it's the privacy of his own home. Now he's apologizing for things he'll say in his house.
One question is the thing about the code with the parents. There's one part at the end of the call where he says, you've already proven that you run your mouth to her. It's almost like I'm wondering if the kid kept going to the girlfriend and saying, well, my father and all these guys say that. Like, was the kid, like, he was worried the kid was going to continually tell the girlfriend that he said this stuff and then get him taught.
Context, man. It's like you have to get in. That's the thing, the context of the situation. Look, man, in the privacy, the dude, at least the honest thing he was saying to his son, and that's the thing, see, that's the thing that's killing everybody is like, I'm talking to my son how I talk to him. I'm like, look, man, you know these people. I call white people, dude, if I had a son.
You call white people, dude?
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
And I'm talking to my black son, and I'm going, look, man, these cracker blue-eyed devils scorning the earth, man. How you going to marry this dusty white woman? She's a zombie. They look at, and then I show him slides of lynchings, and I said, look, you don't bring this white powdery piece of garbage into my house. and it's still, I think I would go, I know I'm racist, but I'm not. See, here's the thing. I think you should be allowed to be racist
in your own home, especially.
Why are they trying to stop
me from
being like? I don't need to like you. If he didn't say anything about like, listen, if you marry her, I'm going to take it down to the basement gallows that I have,
the basement gallows,
or the guillotine that I have, where all the other Negro heads are, and I'm going to chop your Negro, your little niglet wife head off.
Right,
that's different. That's some other thing. But he's just in the, and he's not Dog the Reverend. And he's not Dog the Tickler. He is a ex-criminal who hunts down the most vicious animals with mace and his fat wife. He can be racial if he wants.
Notice you didn't hear gun in there. He's not allowed to have a gun.
He can't have a gun because he's a criminal.
He's a convicted
the dude
felon.
has this. One of the worst ratty mullet. It's more than a mullet. You know that guy's racist, but
because he can't carry a gun, he has to use his fat wife as a distraction.
Yeah, his wife is just a mess.
Yeah, the wife. He sends the wife in first. The people go like, oh, it's like a flashbang grenade.
Right.
He sends his wife in to stun the crowd, and then the rest can rush in.
They think a talking pig has entered. They all stare for a moment while flanks him.
And it's stupid to even say this because it's just not going to happen. But A&E should continue with the show. You want ratings?
Wrong. He blew it. He's done.
He's done.
He is done.
He's so done.
But what? Don't you think he should be allowed to continue?
Why not? Just by what we were talking about corporations, dude. It
ain't gonna happen.
Ain't gonna happen.
I understand that. Take that out of the equation. Do you personally feel like the show should continue?
I tell you what, no, because I don't feel bad for him because I wish I didn't find out. But he's a racist. And I don't feel for him.
You know what? But I say he should be able to continue because that would be interesting TV to watch.
Yep.
That's all. I don't give a crap about him as a person. It's my stupid TV.
Opie, this one is strange.
I don't give a crap about these people on TV.
This one is strange because it's not a freedom of speech thing. It's like, it's insidious. This is the thing that black people, it's almost like the Rodney King thing in a weird way, is that black people just go, this is how they all talk.
Well, white people do that too when we watch the news and stuff. We go, look, oh my God, why can't they just act like people and not commit all these crimes and stuff? See, it works both ways.
But I'm not saying
we're all racist. And you guys are all criminals. Yeah, it's pretty much what everyone thinks.
I'm not even talking about freedom of speech. I'm talking about just good TV watching. I'm like, then wow, now this is a show I would personally check out.
And you know something? And I feel what you're saying.
If they're doing that with a lot of reality shows, they're starting to do background checks on these people, and if they have anything that happened in their past, they don't want them on TV anymore. And those are the type of people I do want to see on reality shows. I want to see these ugly personalities on TV.
Here's a great way he could have spent this, if he wasn't being phony. This is another thing, dog, if he's listening. Here's what messes everybody up. This is what messed Michael Richards up, just Pee Wee Herman. My thing is, look, I watch, my girl got a kid, and this kid, Disney, is as big of a thing as I've never seen anything bigger than Disney. It's like kids are like, Disney, whatever, Raven Simone, and she knows every word to everything. And I'm like, look, I couldn't take a job at Disney because I know I have the propensity to do something wrong somewhere, somehow. I don't know how to live that life. I'm going to do something in a movie theater. Me and my girl are going to sneak in the bathroom and do something. This guy knew he was a racist. He should have spent it like this. Added a character that stopped him from being racist. Like, all right, that that Negro there, he lives there, and there's a couple of spics up the street.
A black character with him, even.
Somebody to go, dog, you can't say that word.
Yeah. Oh, why?
What? I'm just calling him in there. I just called him a dirty spick. What is wrong with that? I'm going to arrest this guy. He's going to shoot me in the face. I can't call him a spick. And that would have destroyed anything that they could have did to him. But he was living a phoniness. And it's like, he's like, don't tell people I called people rude. And it's like, you don't feel for him because he was being a phony.
Yeah, he had some kind of family values thing going.
Yeah, he blew that, man. He's a phony.
All right, listen, we got to change gears a little bit because we're running out of show. We got to do the football picks.
All right.
The Super Bowl.
Patriots.
Yes.
Sorry about that.
Yes. The Super Bowl is being played this weekend. Patriots all the way.
Oh, look at these people.
Patriots.
Oh, I don't know about that. There may be a bit of an upsetting...
No.
Colts are at home, though.
No, not a chance. Not even a chance.
I don't care what anyone says.
You can disco.
I have my method of football picks.
And we're doing that right now.
That is infallible.
Okay.
Yeah, we're doing that now, but the Super Bowl is being played this weekend. Don't pay attention to that corporate event they do in late January, early February.
Where you have to call it the big game.
The Super Bowl is this weekend with the Patriots playing the Colts. That's the greatest game of the year. I don't give a crap who ends up in the Super Bowl. This is the game to watch this football season.
Bill Belichick has pictures of Peyton Manning robbing his house and tying his family up, and he showed Teddy Bruschi this, and Teddy cried, and then he showed Rodney Harrison the picture like, can you believe Peyton Manning robbed me and tied my wife up? Yeah. That's what he's doing right now. An animal. They're going to destroy them.
And you know that Brady is on track to have 60 touchdowns this year. That's insane. He already set his career record, and we all think he's great already.
The Patriots have a problem this year. Tony Dungy is like, he's going, hey, this is just us playing, and it's one game. And Bill Belichick, you don't even hear him talking, because he's such a stoic idiot, and he's just like, we're gonna just play. But he's somewhere stamping like the things that they brand horses. He's just doing that. I'm telling you, Patriots.
I say Patriots.
Kill him.
Even though they're away. Football Pick sponsored by Dish Network. Time to get more TV from your TV. Sign up for Dish Network today. Anthony is doing my football picks today.
Here we go.
This is how he's doing them. Listen to this.
Now,
and you can help out, by the way. This is
just bet along with me this week because it's a lock.
All right.
I am picking teams based on their names. Now, you might say, what? Go ahead, say it.
What?
I say you might. I'm looking at what the names of the characters are, what they are, and if they were put into form, could they conquer the other team's name? So let's get an example.
I feel you right here. Patriot.
By the way,
we have a what?
Right. I'm just pissed off. Obviously, the Patriots and the Colts can't play in the Super Bowl. I know that. I'm just saying this is this.
Did somebody question?
Oh,
why would you acknowledge?
Why even point out the idiocy?
Because I just wish people would listen a little closer. Just a little closer to the show, you idiots. I'm just saying this game is way bigger than any Super Bowl they could throw.
You know who knows that?
Later on in the year.
800 million
Thank
people
you. Right.
out of the 802 million that are listening.
All right,
two don't know.
All right, turn off the instant feedback.
Jeez.
Done for today. Goodbye. Go ahead, Andy.
I'll use that big game as an example here. You have the New England Patriots
with a gun.
The Patriots against the Indianapolis Colts.
A horse.
Now, a horse. You know that you've seen many Patriots riding horses. They shoot them to eat them when they were starving. Whatever. They controlled this animal.
Yeah,
controlled it.
But you can only shoot a bullet every 20 minutes.
Yeah, but you can shoot a horse once.
Dude,
right
it doesn't say the New England Patriot. But it does. It's also Colts. So there's a few Colts also.
Very
but
clever.
You could absolutely just slaughter.
I pray your
Colts.
football picks
Wait a minute.
you go undefeated this week. This will be great.
Because you're a patriot, that implies a state of mind and a state of living. It doesn't mean you have a gun.
I'm also going with logos on the helmets and stuff. That's a fighting guy.
The logo is just a head.
That's a fighting guy.
The logo's a
He's
head.
got his old time.
No, it used to be a dude.
A bent over fruit. I remember.
The guy that was in the center position, but he's dressed like a Patriot.
With one of those dumb
Patriot hats on.
triangle hats.
Yeah.
And it's Boston.
All right, let's move on. Let's move on because we got
Patriots.
we got 6 more to do. So let's move on. Patriots over the Colts.
Yeah. Now this is the most difficult one, and I think most controversial, is the Washington Redskins against the New York Jets.
Yes.
Now this all depends. Now here's my logic. New York Jets. I believe they used to play at Shea Stadium when they were first made as a team. And that's right by LaGuardia. Right. So I think that's why they got the name Jets.
Well, they used to have a jet on there as their logo.
So I'm thinking, and it's passenger jet.
Yeah.
Not like a fighter jet.
Right.
It's passenger jet. That's key. Because I think a bunch of engines, oldie-time engines on horseback with hatchets can completely make a plane unable to fly.
Yeah.
I don't think a jet could take out a bunch of engines.
Even the ones now, the Redskins now.
Yeah, like they could just wreck a plane.
The ones that actually take planes.
Right.
Passenger jet is not, doesn't have movability, really, like a fighter jet.
No, not a lot of mobility.
Mobility is what I meant to say. Sorry. And the Washington Redskins could just play a little possum.
Can I add something to this?
Exactly.
Also, the New York Jets now just suck.
Exactly. So I'm going with the Redskins over the Jets because they suck.
No, you got.
I think Redskins can actually take their tomahawks and stuff and hack apart a jet and make it not. And you go, oh, a jet could fly. Well, flying a passenger jet can't hurt the Indians, and eventually it's going to run out of gas and have to come down. And it's over, John.
And following your logic, a jet has only one move: to crash.
Yeah.
And there's going to be some Redskins that will survive that.
Exactly.
On the runway.
That is just ridiculous.
If you're driving your plane on the runway.
The Jets one is ridiculous.
It's not ridiculous.
Jimmy?
Ridiculous.
It's not, because if you're on the runway driving your plane and there's a bunch of guys in a circle going, hey, you run them over.
They get out of the way and wait it out.
I'm with Jimmy.
They wait it out. The plane runs out of gas.
They don't know. They think it's going to make it rain and the plane will go down. Hey,
and the fact that the Redskins will go, what thing fly in air? They'll be all shocked.
The point is, you can't take them all out.
Right.
What about the guy in the teepee smoking the peace pipe? Doesn't feel like
he's stoned. He's a drug addict. They would think it was a giant bird.
I'm flying. I see engines. I see Redskins.
Oh my God. We got 5 more to go. Let's just go Redskins over the Jets. Let's go.
Flying right into it.
Let's go.
All right. Okay. Panthers against Titans.
Yeah.
Now, a Titan is a big, godlike character against some Panthers. I think I gotta go with the Titan.
But that's a make-believe character.
But I know, but that's what I say. You bring him to life. He's swinging Panthers by the tail and just wailing them.
All right.
It's not even affecting them. Titans over the Panthers.
Plural Titans.
That's what I'm doing.
Or it could be Black Panthers and they blow up where the Titans.
Oh, Jesus. Still, I think the Titans get them.
The Black Panthers.
San Francisco 49ers against Atlanta Falcons. Now, you're talking about these guys that used to pant for gold against these birds of prey.
Yeah.
Now, but they do have guns, the 49ers. Occasionally they carry guns. They did hunt birds. I don't know if they're shooting falcons.
No.
Yes?
Most 49ers just had colanders.
I know. They had like a thing that's so busy and greedy with their gold. I'm going Falcons. They're rushing in and plucking their eyes out.
What?
I'm going Falcons against 49ers.
Oh, no.
Dude.
Oh, no.
They can pluck their eyes out.
Yeah.
All right. Pluck the eyes out of a guy with
his he's sitting there with a pick, yeah. You guy's not going to hit a falcon with a pick. He's there panning for gold all day.
No, I have to disagree.
You don't like this one?
A falcon. When you say pluck, you're talking about a scene from The Omen when the
he's just going to
pluck. But a falcon can't pluck a guy's eyes out.
First into his face.
A 49er with those strong pan hands can just choke a bird.
They could flatten a falcon's face with that colander.
All right, you convinced me. I'm going 49ers.
No.
Just take the sifter and smash that bird right in his faggoty beak.
Or hit him with the pebbles that have no gold in it, and just take a
fool's gold,
just throw it right in his face.
I don't know. The Falcons are very fast, very maneuverable.
All right, what's your pick officially?
I'm sticking with my first. I'm sticking with my first instinct. I'm going Falcons again over the 49ers.
All right. Falcons are at home.
Now, the Buffalo Bills against the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, this is another controversy because a lot of people say Buffalo Bills aren't Buffaloes. They're Buffalo Bill.
But they are Buffalo.
The logo is a buffalo.
Right.
So I'm going with Buffaloes, but I'm not going with them. I'm absolutely going with the Bengals. Because a Bengal
buffalo
tiger can beat the crap out of a buffalo bill. Now, I know how the Bills have been doing.
Oh, come on. I like taking a peek at the Bills. Don't do it.
Dude, I know, but I'm going to have to go with the Bengal tiger over a buffalo. He gets up on the back. He starts biting that big fat neck.
But according to how he's picking them, that's how it is, man.
It's just how it is.
Beat a buffalo.
A Bengal tiger against a buffalo, he's killing him.
But he would jump on his back and bite his neck and the whole thing. That's what they do.
A Buffalo Bill is a tranny with a gun. So I would put a Buffalo Bill against the tiger.
This one's easy. Come on. A jaguar against a saint?
Yeah.
I don't care if you got God on your side. The jaguar's ripping your throat out.
No. Saint is like godly, and like I don't think they have a human form.
Yeah, they're always martyrs, saints.
Yeah, a saint. I'm not talking. They're not saints yet.
What?
They got to be a saint already.
Like Saint Christopher was just Chris.
Yeah. I'm talking that. It's not like the angels.
Right. Oh, so it's like Sir Paul. It's still Paul McCartney.
Yeah. So I'm just saying the jaguar is ripping out his throat.
Oh my God.
We already did the Patriots and Colts.
So ridiculous, but it's just as good as anybody else's pick.
Exactly.
How they pick them.
Pick this and you will win. Texans against the Raiders. You gotta go with the Raiders.
Pirates.
Yeah, they're pirates. They're vicious. I don't think their boats would work in Texas very well.
Will try to fight their way out of them, but the Raiders will just get them.
I think that's close, too. It's close.
Texas.
I don't know. Texans, I don't see as being military Texans, though. I just see them as Texans.
Just regular old Texans.
They're just Texans.
Stagecoach.
Stagecoach, a woman washing on the washboard, and then a bunch of pirates come in and hack them up with their sabers.
Lily and her prostitutes up on the top floor.
Yes, Jim?
Texans have guns. All of them.
Oh, Jesus.
Everyone in Texas has a gun.
Raiders got the oldie gun.
Guns, knives, poison.
And they're very, very sneaky. They're very sneaky.
And they also have
stealthy.
Johnny Depp.
Yes. And they have that flag, the Jolly Roger.
I would say Raiders. My instinct is
Raider. I'm going Raiders.
Hold on
over the Texans.
All right, let me Raiders.
Write
over the
that
Texans.
down.
All right, here's my picks. Rich from Orlando. Thanks to Anthony, by the way. Rich, go ahead.
Hey guys, love you, love the show.
Yep.
I want to just remind Ant that this game is not being played in 1985. The logo is an F-14 now. So I think that was cool.
That's for them trying to be cool.
They did update their logo.
They update it, and it's trying to be cool. But the fact of the matter is, early on in the beginning, the inception of the name, I don't believe they were talking about. I think it was just a jet.
Games today, or Sunday.
F-14 is beating a group of Redskins, by the way.
Without a doubt.
Well, yeah, I got to say that. And F-14 would beat a group of Redskins.
What are you going to do?
It would wipe out an entire nation.
Are you sticking with your pick or what?
I'm still sticking with my picks because I'm picturing a big lumbering 727, 737, something like that, 757, and a bunch of engines just hitting it with arrows, ruining the compression,
hitting it
tomahawks.
With arrows?
Yeah. That skin is thin, an arrow go right through that.
They're Rambo explosive tip arrows?
Yes.
All right, listen.
Tinfoil skin, those
We have
planes.
to take a break. We'll see how your picks do this.
You watch. I have faith.
It's a weird way to pick games, but...
No, it isn't.
We'll see. The football picks.
Love it.
Sponsored by Dish Network. Time to get more TV from your TV. Sign up for Dish Network today. Patrice O'Neal, more with him. He's playing the Stress Factory in New Brunswick tonight and tomorrow night. There you go. Opie and Anthony. Patrice is just amazing on a stage. Absolutely. You got to watch him work. And you want to promote what? PatriceO'Neal.com?
PatriceO'Neal.com, my podcast that I say everything that you guys are having trouble saying right now.
Yep.
God, I could be racist on my podcast.
Oh, you do something called what? Patrice for President?
Yeah, I do a lot of stuff. I do one called Pittance, where I pit fight kittens, and like Michael Vick, but we fight kittens, and then we kill the losers.
Oh my God!
Play Pittance real quick. I don't know if
we'll try to get it. Someone in the office get it so we can play before we get out of here.
Now this kitten right here, I'm telling him he won the fight.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna kill him because he didn't win. He didn't really win.
Yeah, he didn't really put his all into it.
He didn't put his all into the win.
Wow, dude, you know how to look like a gangster when you need to.
Oh my God!
Look at the hoodie you got
Look at the
on.
little kid.
Where did you get the little kitten?
We got him from I don't even think we should say where, but we got
it's
him.
adorable.
And gave him back.
It's
You
like
gave him
little
back
Jack.
after you used them for your sick bit. It's called Pittance. It's part of your video podcast.
Yeah, my part. Just write on PatriceO'Neal.com.
Okay.
But it's something that's I'm really happy with, and some that's okay. But there's some I love. But
I
like
know
Pittance
her.
I love. That's my woman.
I know. Well, I didn't know you wanted me to say that.
Yeah. It's my
She's
woman.
part of your video podcast.
And she has
Who's
to do
doing
something.
the video work?
Look at that cleavage she's showing everybody.
For your imagination, and we just do it together, man.
Yeah,
And
But-
do a
good job with the graphics and everything.
Thank you very much, sir.
that's very nice.
Patrice O'Neal for president is one of the people's favorite, and there's one called Dyke Punching. Can I say that?
Who knows?
Who knows? But that's cool. You went from not really having a website to it looks pretty cool. This website of yours.
Yeah, it's fun. There's a lot. There's a lot of podcasts.
All right, you know what? We're gonna take a look at that, and then we'll bring it back to talk about some of these video podcasts.
Yeah,
all right.
good.
Hey, a little earlier we were talking about like porn games that were available for the Atari system back in the day, back in the early to mid '80s.
Yeah.
And Angry Video Game Nerd, who we're a big fan of, and he's a fan of ours, by the way. He's got a WoW sticker in a lot of his YouTube videos. It should be mentioned. He reviewed a few more of these like porno games for the Atari system. Angry Video Game Nerd, more Atari porno games. This first one is called Beat 'em and Eat 'em. Let's see what this is about, according to the Angry Video Game Nerd.
All right, what kind of surprise do we have in here? Beat 'em and eat 'em. A girl licking an ice cream cone. But what the title about? It doesn't sound pornographic. It sounds violent, like you beat somebody up and eat 'em. Oh, I get it. Beat 'em and eat 'em. Oh dear, what have I gotten myself into? All you do is move these two sluts back and forth to catch this stuff that this guy shoots down. Yummy. Let's take a look at the manual. And here it says, the object of the game is to eat him every time he beats him. You score 1 point for each and without a miss. But should you miss, shame on you. You lose 1 turn. After all, it could have been a famous doctor or lawyer.
Wow, I'm watching the video as it's being played. It's beat 'em and eat 'em.
Jeez,
this is twisted. Girls are down below trying to catch something.
And the two girls are
That's
moving
all
at the
we can
same
say.
time?
Yeah, they move exactly the same way. You all right, Jimmy? Did it go well? Hey, we're fighting for every possible word for this damn radio show.
At first, Tom was like, well, this is why. But then he's like, well, I'll listen to it. Because I said, like, Patrice was doing it was a really funny racial parody, but it wasn't like some anger thing, like he's reading the paper going, do you believe it wasn't like that. It was a very funny thing. It's like, there has to be some kind of context for stuff that's dumped. It's like you said before, context.
Right.
It's just enraging.
Right.
That,
and this is the stuff Tracy should be doing for the show, by the way, instead of getting in,
let her do it. Who cares?
Instead of
I'd rather talk to Tom anyway than just go to somebody else.
Instead of her getting insulted because we're having a little fun on the show.
It doesn't matter. Who cares?
You should be in Tom's office every day arguing and fighting for all this stuff for us.
Maybe she is, or maybe she just punishes us by saying, well, I'll show them, then show us.
Don't take what you hear on our show personally. It's not your job as a PD to get personally insulted and hurt.
That amazed me, by the way.
But
I was amazed.
All right, anyway, let's move on. But it went well, Jimmy. I mean, Tom, he's working with us. He's trying the best he can.
Tom is reasonable, and I'm not saying that to suck up to him because he's a creepy corporate man, but he is a reasonable guy, and he said he'll listen to it.
He's a reasonable man, this humongous.
We're all reasonable men.
All right, here we go. Another game called Kaboom, another porno game that was available for the Atari system.
So the gameplay is basically the same sort of thing as Kaboom, except Kaboom was a great game, but this is just a...
Oh, okay, this is more on Beat 'em and Eat 'em? Yes. And they're comparing it to Kaboom, if you remember that game. I don't, obviously.
Remember the name.
So the gameplay is basically the same sort of thing as Kaboom, except Kaboom was a great game, but this is just a miserable load of... You gotta be completely accurate to land in their mouths, and it uses the sound effects from Pac-Man.
Oh,
you get an extra life if you get 69 points. That's clever, right? There's really something wrong with this whole scene. You gotta be a total whore to stand naked at the bottom of a building with your mouth wide open to catch from some guy on top of a roof. What kind of sick bitches are these? And what's the deal with this guy? Either he has a huge or he's a dwarf. What the kind of game is this?
Tony, this guy has
guy's
found
great,
his niche,
man.
Angry video game nerd. We got to get him on the show. I've been saying that for a while.
Yeah, there are guys that are trying to rip him off too and do their own like angry video game reviews. He's the innovator. He found a niche. He was able to do it and pull it off, and he's
You can
very
tell he's
popular.
authentic too. Like you can
Yeah.
tell that's his
Yeah.
thing. and
Yeah, he
he's
knows
good
the
at it.
games.
He's
He-
really good at it.
He's not overacting or anything.
Right.
This is just how he is in his regular life. We got to get him on the show, please.
Have we?
trying.
we're
What's
trying?
the answer,
He's a-
Dan?
We've been trying since we had.
He's so famous that we can't get him on the show.
He's a fan of the show. He's got a wow sticker in some of these videos.
Yeah, I saw that.
That are on YouTube.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on because we're running out of show here. Another game that was a porno game for the Atari system. This is Bachelorette Party and Bachelor Party.
All right, now here's one for the girls. It's called Bachelorette Party. Yeah, it's a whole bunch of naked dudes. Whoa, watch out, guys. It's some crazy bitch bouncing off the walls, and it hardly even looks like a girl. I mean, look at this. It could be Swamp Thing for all I care. The gameplay's basically like Breakout, but flipped on its side. You control that thing on the left to catch the girl and just bang all the guys. What a whore. Now here's one for the guys. It's Bachelor Party. It's the same exact game, except it's a dude going around having sex with a bunch of girls. What a stud. This one's called Gigolo. The idea is that you're this nude woman on the streets going around breaking into random houses where you find men to have your way with.
So
What?
exactly.
The sounds are amazing.
Yeah, some of these are
Wow.
better to watch in video form, obviously. But
Great audio.
moving on, this is a game called Philly Flasher.
Always sounded
Now we
like
got-
static.
Huh?
It always sounded like static, the sound effects. Right. Throw a fourth sound in there, maybe.
The boo-doo-doo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that? No sound
Awful.
is like that in real life. It sounds like nothing.
Here's the Philly Flasher.
Now we got Philly Flasher. Somebody please explain this one to me. Philly Flasher? Like Philadelphia? What's Philadelphia make you think of?
Ugly
Ben Franklin, the Liberty Bell, Rocky, cheesesteaks, a witch shooting milk at her? Well, there's no doubt that the game could take place in any city and that the title's only phonetic. It might as well be Chicago, Dallas, kicker. The game's basically the same as Beat 'em and Eat 'em. The only difference is that it's two guys drinking milk from a witch's. This game really disturbs me, but I don't get it. Is this supposed to be erotic? I don't know about you, but I'm not at all turned on by some old wrinkly witch. That's nasty, man. What sick came up with this? What were they thinking?
The Philly Flasher, so it's a witch?
A witch, and you got a drink. Yeah, that's. What were they thinking? Like that? Somebody actually said, "I got an idea for a game."
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, okay, get the programmers on that.
I guess it would be obviously funny before erotic. Because that just sounds ridiculous.
For like, you know what it was? For like 2 seconds, on a whim, you'd probably buy the game and go, "Oh, let me check this out," and then you're like, "Blee, blee, blee. Oh, this sucks."
Oh, well. Back
Put it
to
away.
man.
Yeah,
Finally, we got Night on the Town.
spelled with a K.
Yes, and then comma Jungle Fever.
Now we got Knight on the Town. I suppose you're a knight, and you're on a quest for the holy ass. That's right, your goal is that princess on the top of the castle. What he wants to do with her? Well, take a guess. So as usual, the object's pretty simple. You just grab the blocks and build the bridge. But watch out for that crazy monster, and if the alligators get you, they bite your off. There's no point of walking because he's so damn slow, so you just gotta keep jumping and keep in rhythm so you don't hit the monster or the alligators. I don't have any idea what these things on their heads are. They look like Dr. Seuss characters, but one thing I never expected to see Dr. Seuss characters do is this. Alright, just one more game because I've had enough. This one is Jungle Fever. I like to call it Jungle. Well, honestly, I don't know what to say about this one. How did they come up with this stuff? Alright guys, let's have a naked, big-breasted woman hanging from a helicopter shooting at flames with a naked guy in between and some cannibal bitches, I guess, trying to kill you. What the The goal is to put out the flames and rescue them. And to celebrate, why not?
There you go. You can check out those videos on YouTube, obviously. It's Angry Video Game Nerd. He's entertaining. All right.
I don't like the fresh talk.
You know? What's the sound for Monday at? This should
Right
be.
here.
This is the sound you're listening for on Monday's Opie and Anthony Show between 7 and 7:30 if you want to win $1,000.
Damn, you just been pwned.
And that's that.
And we got
Damn.
Oh, sorry, I was going
I
to
just wanted to say damn.
plug gigs. Patrice tonight at Stress Factory in New Brunswick. Vinny's Fine Establishment in New Brunswick.
Yes.
732-545 ha. Revolting but memorable. Tonight, tomorrow, Patrice. And I'll be in Queensbury, New York at the Saratoga Comedy Club.
The Saratoga Comedy Club.
Yes, but it's in the Sweet Basil restaurant.
What?
I'm working on an hour of material, so I'm going into very small rooms and just going up and working on material.
Another special?
I don't know. Eventually, I would like to, but people are going to come out and see me.
Oh, this is for your own ethic? This is just your own work ethic? You just share your work ethic? That bothered me. That's why I tore my tongue up.
I'll tell you why.
He's reporting he's a hard-working little bumblebee.
I want people to know that they're not going
Bumblebee.
I want people to know they're not going to see the same material as HBO. They won't come out and see me. It's selfish. People are going to know they're not going to come out and see me when I'm doing big gigs because there's the HBO stuff. Like
Yeah, you get to see Jimmy working on the new stuff, and it's funny. The reviews coming in, people are like, man, he's working.
Jimmy's
on stuff.
not a
It's really
lazy
funny.
comic.
But it's only because I want people to come out and see me when I'm doing gigs.
Yeah, lazy human.
You make me sick.
Oh, I'm just doing the best I can.
Really fast, because we talked about it. We got a taste of Patrice's podcast.
Yeah, PatriceO'Neal.com.
No, we got an actual little. It's really quick.
Oh,
we got
okay.
you giving the kitten a pep talk before he goes into battle.
You won, Fluff. You won. But you didn't win. You could have cost me $350.16. So next time you fight, you better win, feel me?
That's supposed to
I'm gonna drown you in a cup of water.
We was drowning kittens in water.
It's such a little cute, adorable kitten he's holding.
All you see is his head and his tail in my hands.
Yeah,
I'm gonna drown you in a cup of water.
Unbelievable. Go to Patrice O'Neal for more of that.
Hey, wait, is that thing that you're doing with Dante? Is that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, man. Yeah, I've heard it's really funny.
Oh, that's right. You were out of the studio for a while. Yeah, we were talking about.
No, I didn't realize that was the same
No
thing.
worries.
People talk about this thing he's been doing with.
Shut up, hard worker. You bug me.
My nickname's 110% Jimmy.
My hour that I may do just because I'm working hard. I ought to smash with this orange.
Come to Queensbury and see leaves it all on the stage, Norton.
Hey guys, have a great weekend. We'll see you guys Monday. All right. So long. Later.
Shit, are we stupid? This is the dumbest fucking thing we ever decided to do. Have the walkover. I think it's on. I could hear me.
Yeah, we're on. We're outside K-Rock here in New York City, walking down 57th Street toward XM Satellite Radio.
I want to tell people also, this isn't a worst of a walkover. This is the first walkover we've done in quite some time.
Yes. And we picked the coldest day of the year.
Yeah.
We're a bunch of dummies.
And we're pushing this fucking
Stepping over
embarrassing
vomit.
cart. This is fucking embarrassing. I feel like we just landed and we're invading New York.
I think we found the first cell phone to help us with the walkover.
That is a bad movie prop.
It's awful.
It looks like it kind of looks like a wheelchair.
It's a wheelchair with like black fins on it that are pointed at all willy-nilly in wacky directions that have no rhyme or reason. Right now, Danny's going sterile just from the radiation the thing's probably given off.
God, I wish I could have beat you motherfuckers on the elevator. I'd have been in XM right now.
We're just idiots. We had the whole summer to do this. We finally decided to do the walkover as the freaking weather has drastically changed. I also want to thank Run for doing the walkover with us today. Run's house.
Run.
I'm a big fan of Run's house there, Patrice.
That's a great hat if you're being shot in the Audubon Ballroom.
We're walking with Clark Kent.
I have a
seasonable day.
A personal code where I don't discuss dressing with white people.
Well, I'm a good dresser.
There's not
just don't
one
understand.
nicely dressed guy. The worst dresses are white people. I can't get rid. You annoy me.
Actually, he looks like the black version of Perry White.
He looks very
white.
Oh, where's that car crash?
That's a good one, Perry White.
Perry White doesn't dress like this, nigga.
Look, he's got the same fucking hat.
Patrice is wearing a very old.
Why does it have to be seasonably cold?
It's almost.
It was fucking 80 degrees, and
You wish
everyone
you
was
had my
bitching.
Perry White hat, nigga. That's what I'm talking about.
Exactly.
That is a Perry White hat.
It's kind of a.
I'm sticking with that line.
You're staying with it.
I'm staying with that one.
Perry White, the reporter.
Another
he was
coach.
he was
Perry
the,
White was the head guy for
the
Superman.
head guy. Yes, thank you.
I need my parka.
Why are you standing here? Let's get this show on the road.
This stupid wheelchair fucking
I'm just
show
going
on
to
the
stand
road.
behind the fruit of Islam.
This
The fruit of Islam.
By the way, we want to acknowledge all the people that came out today. Thank
Yes.
you, guys. That's where you yell and scream. Yes.
Red Rum wore a skirt. How fantastic! What a trooper.
Are you running the marathon, sir?
Holy
Who are you?
Oh, this guy's a horrible bore.
David?
Yes.
What?
Absolute fan.
Oh, now it's fucking windy,
Jesus,
too.
how Jewy
I
can
could
he
give
be?
a shit about this fucking jogger guy. I'm cold. That's all I care about is me being fucking
Chewing
cold.
gum.
It really is fucking freezing out here. We all just got little sweatshirts on.
What happened? It was like warm this morning.
It was, right?
Bastards.
All right.
All right. This
this
is what the
was
walkover
fun.
is going to be.
Why are you
Just us
walking with
bitching about the
Gilbert
cold
Gottfried
all the time.
from Beverly Hills Cop 2? Tell his divorce lawyer to get out of our way. Jeez, look at this. Look at these mummies in New York that just, what's going on? Nothing. Just get on the bus.
Holy shit. Well, it's parka time. I'm going to have to pull out that ridiculous parka everyone makes fun of.
What are you carrying in your little duffel bag, Anthony? I never saw you with a little duffel bag.
Medicine.
Ixnay on the Uffle Day Ag Bay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Automatic weapons and pills.
oh, exactly.
He's carrying around his own pharmacy at this point.
I said, pharmacy and weapons. Don't fuck with me. I swear to God.
Funny. Hey, at least we're not those guys. That sucks right there.
Yeah.
Digging a hole in
I
this
bet they
weather
don't
today?
feel cold. They're working.
You think so?
All right,
No,
well,
that
this was fun.
sucks.
Fellas!
They want nothing to do with us.
No, no.
I want to just fucking
Yeah,
shovel
that's
dirt.
good.
How mad would they be if we just started kicking the dirt on them?
All right.
Just rebury them.
What happened?
Are all these people?
Shake it up!
Philly.
Mayo!
I'd love to hang out
What's
with
up, bro?
everybody. I'm freezing.
All right, what's happening?
We'll just get everyone upstairs and do this in
Yeah,
a warm
we'll
climate.
let
Come
you guys
upstairs.
all up. That's some pernt.
All right, there's the first walkover in a very, very long time. It's
and
the
the
Opie and
last.
Anthony Show. We'll be upstairs in a moment.
The Opie and Anthony Show. The virus is spreading. XM 202.
Walkovers for the birds.
I like to say.
Well, we're going to do the walkover, once a week or something? Every Friday?
Are we?
I don't know. We'll figure it out. It's up to you. It is up to us. The listeners bitch, but you know what? I don't know. It's not that great.
It isn't. I don't like it at all.
I like walking with the fans and the listeners and then bringing them up here and having fun
they're
that way.
fun.
But I think they're confused. They don't think we're having people up to the studio anymore. They need to hear the walkover and then realize, hey, they're walking, we'll walk. You can come by any day.
Why wouldn't they
And
think
check
we
out
have
the show. We got the bleachers and
a
everything.
live audience?
Patrice, have you been in here? Oh, yeah. Well, the last time you were in here, we... hold on. I got to find you. Over
This
here?
place is magnificent.
Yeah, the last
I can't
time...
get over this place.
You
I
haven't
love
been
it.
on this side of the studio, though.
No, we sat in that chair where I almost went into a complete coma.
Oh, man.
I did once.
Very comfortable, lazy boys, just sitting back.
That is ridiculous. You should put like barbed wire and that stuff to keep pigeons from landing on the roof over there.
Yeah.
There's no need to be that comfortable.
I agree with this guy. It's Dan from Ohio. What a bunch of tools. You all wait for the first morning with frost to do the walkover. Yeah, we had all summer to do that and decided today was the day to do
dumb
it.
move.
Well, not all summer.
Complete assholes.
To be fair though,
We're
it,
the last
it has
month
been
or
the end
so.
of the world hot, man. So it's just like, you know.
It's good to
Yeah, I
know.
like that stuff.
It's good to know that God has decided not to, like, burn the earth, this year.
Global warming.
Anthony, you're a smart guy when it comes to certain things. I give you supreme
I try.
credit.
Dan is too.
How long have we been doing heavy industry? I don't believe in the global warming thing only just because I think we haven't been doing heavy industry enough to destroy the earth. I think this is just almost like an ice age climate change that we happen to be living in the middle
The
of.
industrial age pretty much started at the beginning of the 1900s.
I don't think that. I don't think this Earth because of this. Because back in the day when it was just volcanoes and dinosaur farts, there was so much stuff going up in the air from volcanic
horrible.
ash that I don't think our goofy cars could make a dent in the Earth. And I just believe that. I want to believe the global warming thing just because it's Democrat and they go against racist white people thinking, but I just think we're in the middle of something like the Ice Age, and we're just in the middle of it.
I think we're much too self-centered as humans. We think a little too much of ourselves. Like we have the power to change the weather.
I just don't believe in
what we
it.
do.
I don't
think
believe
we do.
in it at all.
I don't think we do that much.
And I don't believe that a meteor, when it hits the Earth, is going to destroy the entire Earth.
No, it doesn't. It just wipes out, makes the living conditions for us fucked up. It doesn't hurt the planet long term.
No, I'm talking about us. I know what you're saying.
I think you're right based on the news.
Where the meteor hits, it's going to kill people in that immediate area. I don't think it's going to be a cataclysmic destruction of life on
I
this
have
planet.
to disagree. Did you see footage of Comet Shoemaker-Levy when it hit Jupiter? Jewish comet.
Comet Shoemaker-Levy.
It made
a dot and nothing happened.
Impact things the size of the Earth. Those little dots were things the size of the Earth. Those clouds.
Yes.
They would have, and they said multiple times, ended life as we know it on Earth if we'd been hit by one of those things.
If we get hit with something bigger than Earth.
No, they were small. They weren't bigger than Earth. They were small, but they had such an impact.
Well, bigger than
the damage was bigger than Earth.
Yeah, I think I agree with Patrice though, because I'm kind of thinking they're blowing it out of proportion.
Oh, all right. Hey,
like the news always does.
We got a big star waiting, so we could go back to that. But and we also want to get this info out immediately. Matt in Queensborough.
Oh, hello, Matt in Queensborough.
Is this Matt LaFaw?
This sure is.
From Queensborough.
This is the famous Matt LaFaw. We read his instant feedback. Is this the first time we've had you on the air?
I've been on a couple times. I was on with John Mayer. He sang a song for my girlfriend so she wouldn't hate me way back when.
Oh, okay, sure.
But I'm calling to beg for Jimmy's help. The tickets are sold out for the one show that I can go to, which is the early Saturday show.
That's always sold out, but we'll make sure we get you. And this is a big 125-seat venue. I am finished. I'm finished. I'll make sure I get you. How many do you need?
Well,
please say 100.
I would say fuck my friends because I'm doing all the legwork here. But I guess 2. I guess
2 I can do. Any of your other friends, tell them just to buy tickets for the late show.
This is kind of cool. I feel like I'm talking to a famous person. This is the great Matt LaFar from Queensborough. How did you say Queensborough?
Well, now I say it like that. But before, in the olden days, we used to say Queensberry.
Yeah.
No.
But it's been updated. I believe even on the maps they've added some extra R's.
And they take away the U. It's just QUEENSB, 6 R's, and a Y. And the Y has that little Motorhead 2 dots over it. I don't know why they're there. Queensborough.
Now, also, I have a band gig the late night on Saturday, which, Jimmy, I wanted you to stop by if you'd like after your late show.
I'd love to, but I'm not going to be able to. Only because we're driving back that night, probably, unless somebody fucks me, and then we're staying.
Yeah.
Well, I can arrange
you have
that
a girlfriend.
too.
So we're driving back.
There you go.
Oh, okay. I can arrange the fuck part, but I know you have a girlfriend.
So what's the name of your band, buddy?
King's English.
King's English.
Yeah.
In Queensborough. King's English.
King's English in Queensborough.
What kind of music does the King's English perform?
Well, it's a cover band, and we do
play the lute.
Pretty much everything.
No?
We do. We have a lute, and we do some klezmer, and it's a pretty good
know some
operation.
wacky instruments.
All right.
Well, good luck to you, man, and I'm looking forward to meeting you.
Yeah, me too. So what? I'll just be able to come up and say who I am, and they'll let me in.
Yeah. And leave information.
Actually, no.
Yeah, do that.
Nah, we got to take care of Matt from Queensbury. Hold on the line.
Okay.
We'll figure something out. Get his name at least, and Kenny will figure something
Matt
out.
LaFleur.
Hey, we have an old friend stopping by.
Patrice.
No, fuck him.
What?
Hey, Patrice is a pal.
Is he? Is he really?
Is he really?
Let's be honest.
Is he really?
It's Poe
Let's
going
talk
crazy
about
with
this.
paperwork
That
out
is
there.
true. I was actually hurt that I didn't get invited to that Memorial Day party. I would have went.
Shut up, no.
I would have.
Hello, sir.
Wow, that's what I mean.
How
Chris
are you?
Jericho. Hey, dude. Looking like an actor or
Like
something.
a businessman. Actor. What the hell happened?
He is beautiful right now.
What happened to Chris Jericho?
How beautiful Chris looks.
I am now
Chris Jericho, famous author.
So he has to dress the part and
Yes, I
everything?
have to dress. I have a monocle and an ascot and a pipe, and I sit in front of a raging fire reading segments from my novel.
Is this a different book than you plugged on the Bronx Bunny? Or just the same
No,
book?
it's the same one. It just finally came out. I've been working on it for like a year and a half.
I told you about the Bronx Bunny. I thought that was hilarious, dude. That Bronx Bunny.
Bronx
thing.
Bunny is this show from it's from Ireland, and it's like these guys who they're like puppeteers, and these puppets interview you.
Gotcha.
But the thing is, once you start the interview, you don't even realize there's a guy on the floor who's like manipulating the puppets. You actually, and they're really great. They like really insult you, and it's just a wide open show. It's a lot of fun. It's kind of like this one actually.
And you're just talking to the fucking puppet.
Yeah, that's right. Getting insulted by the puppet. It's like, hey, you fucking suck. And it's like, shut up, puppet.
It was the best one. He goes, the puppet goes, because Chris would be like going, he would start at something and go, yeah, and then they would go, will you just answer the fucking question?
I can't. I just talk for hours.
Wait, can we get that audio?
I can't
just
do
answer
it.
the fucking question.
I remember this now. Yeah, we've played some segments from that show. Let's find the one that Chris Jericho was on.
The Bronx Bunny.
It's been a while, man. Where have you been?
It has been, man. It's fun to see you guys again. It's funny because we were trying to get through, and they're like, I don't know, new producer, old producer, and I was like, I'm going to call Opie and Anthony. No producer.
Yeah,
I'm just going to call you. I'm just going to show up outside the window and go, Opie, hey, remember me? Yeah, man. I've just been working on this book, and I've been doing a couple other things, but fucking writing a book, man.
I got to be honest.
Holy
I
smokes.
haven't been able to read it yet. There's so many authors coming by these days. I got they're stacking up in my house because I really try to read a little before you guys come in. But I'll tell you this much: it's called A Lion's Tale by Chris Jericho, and right on the front cover, Mick Foley writes, "Thoughtful, thorough, and laugh out loud funny. Jericho's book is a winner." And I've heard further from Mick that he's scared that your book is way better than his, and I loved his book.
Well,
that's the plug I'm giving you today. That's all I could give you.
Well, I think this book's in the same vein as Mick's first one is, and obviously that's kind of the top of the mountain. You want to try and write that because the reason why this book is a lot of fun is it's not just a book written for wrestling fans. It's a book written for people that don't know about wrestling because it's more the story of this dream I had from wanting to be a wrestler at 8 years old, watching wrestling with my grandma in her basement, forced to.
Well, I'll slow you down a second. Who did you watch when you were 8?
AWA was from Minnesota.
Some of the guys, though,
so it was
might know.
Hulk Hogan.
Okay.
When he first started, before he went to WWE, and the guys like Nick Bockwinkel and Baron Von Raschke and all these wacky guys from Minneapolis. And I watched Bugs Bunny at 5, and I watched Hockey Night in Canada at 7, and wrestling was on in the middle. But because my grandma was in charge of the TV, you couldn't change the channel. That's all there was to it. You're watching wrestling. So that's how I got into it right off the bat. And then soon afterwards, I was like, I'm going to do this. I want to be a wrestler.
Right.
I don't know how I'm going to do it. I'm 8 years old. I'm like a midget.
8 years old.
Yeah,
so I love Tome.
Yeah. Little nunchuck on a
The
pole.
Child League, which was really underground.
Very much so. It was a
Fighting
sweatshop.
kids.
Yeah, so that's kind of the deal. And this is how I followed my dream of becoming a wrestler, but all around the world, going to Mexico and Japan and Germany and all these different places, and not just the things that happen in the ring, but like some of the things that happen outside of the ring, the life-threatening situations and the dangerous things that happened. And so it's kind of that's the tale. I think that's why people are digging it.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, man.
Was it hard to write?
I'll tell you what, I thought, well, I'm going to write this book. And,
I know Jimmy just wrote a book, too.
Dude.
And he just made it seem like it was easy.
Well, then he's a genius, man, because it took me about
yes.
18 months to write this thing. And even crazier was that we had twins last summer, and I have a son too. So my wife would be with the twins. I'd put my son to bed at 10. I'd write from 10 to 3 in the morning, then get up with my son at 7. And that was my schedule for like 18 months. It was like being a radio host or something.
You
like
know,
that.
5 hours a night, man. That's amazing though to do that. You have to kind of do that to like just regiment yourself, and I was never able to do that.
It's tough, and then I'm such a control freak. I edited it myself. I wrote all the
you did?
and everything. Pick the pictures,
cool.
pick the captions. But once again, I think that's why it works, because if this is my story, I don't want anybody else writing it.
Right.
No one else is going to know how to do it like I can.
You're happy with the way it came out, right?
Yeah,
Like
it's exactly the way I wanted it.
Good.
Exactly. I'm obsessed with it. I'm an idiot.
You do a good show too on XM, man. Do you still do the show?
I got fired off of XM.
Why? All right.
They had a new program.
Way to go, Jimmy.
They had
Well,
a-
no,
yeah,
but
thanks a lot.
it was on Sunday nights, and you played good stuff, man.
2 years. For 2 years, I had the show, and then they got a new program director, and you guys know how that works.
Wait, what show did
I was
he
on
do?
I was on the Boneyard.
Yes.
It was called the Rock.
Best station on next to this one.
It was called. Yes, close, man.
And what, you just played whatever you wanted?
Yeah, the Rock of Jericho it was called, and I
Very
did it
cool.
for 2 years. 2 hours, man. It was fun. But then I had a new program director.
What were your favorite hair bands growing up?
I was more into the harder stuff.
Although
like
Boneyard's more than hair bands.
Yeah,
that's not
more
fair,
of
really.
a Maiden guy, Iron Maiden,
Iron Maiden?
Dio, and those type of guys. How about you, Patrice? What was your favorite hair metal band?
I knew a lot of them.
Patrice knows white stuff.
Yeah.
I know he does. I know what you were doing, Chris, but he'll have an answer for you.
You know, you know what? That's very fair of you, because I'm doing some asshole shit right now. I'm just the shit you was talking about. It was just bugging me. So let me.
He was reading the paper, man. He was reading the sports section.
I was just seeing how many stars they gave American Gangster, and you know what?
Patrice has a great way.
You know what? You're fucking absolutely right. I was just disgusting. I'm with you now.
You have a great way of making people feel insignificant.
Right.
I'm talking about
this is my life.
Once upon a time.
Yeah, he's really
American
pouring his
3
soul
stars.
out.
That's bullshit.
Everybody's figuring out names of books. I'm gonna call it. So he was going through them like, first one is Top Rope.
Your favorite hair band, Patrice? Let's go. Favorite hair band. He'll have an answer for you, Chris.
I would say no. Sabbath wasn't a hair band.
No, that wasn't a hair band. Who said that?
Chris would agree that Ozzy was a hack. You would agree with that, right?
No, I can't, man.
You know, I
just want one guy to say it in front of Jimmy.
Hair bands were very one-hit wonderish. So I can't imagine there was a one that was like this hair band hair got mixed in with all of it. They were great. It seems like they were
Motley Crue.
Well, there's a couple that stuck out more.
Feel the noise. A bunch of that mess.
Quiet Riot.
But that's what they,
Patrice O'Neal's
I
favorite
wanna
hair band.
rock.
And Twisted Sister.
Twisted Sister. Come on, let's
I
go.
don't know any other
Motley Crue. You know Motley Crue.
I would you welcome to the jungle.
Guns N' Roses.
Guns N' Roses is hardly a one-hit wonder. Probably the greatest band.
Let me tell you
Three-hit
though.
wonder maybe.
Patrice is
Guns N'
the
Roses
most knowledgeable black man on white people I've ever known in my life. Ever.
I mean, to have the reference point to pull it, but I know these.
He knows us like one learns their enemy. He doesn't like white stuff. He studies white people so he can hurt us with our own information.
The art of war.
He uses it against us. That's right.
Of course he does.
Sucks a lot of war when it comes to Twisted Sister.
He hates all things white.
But he knows them all, yeah.
There was a time, everything we talked about before, but there was a time where you knew each other's music. There was a time where, like right now, it's got to be a bad time for white music because I know nothing. But you don't hear it, but I was forced to listen to it growing up. You heard white music. I knew REM, I knew this, that, and the third. Now I don't know anything, but I knew Twisted Sister.
But you're kind of right, though. There's not a lot of new bands that are really that popular that are crossing over. I can't even think of hardly any new bands that I like recently.
White people music is dead right now. I hear
You don't like
very
boring. You don't like
music
Wolf Mother,
first.
or-
I like Wolf Mother. I like Avenged Sevenfold. There's a couple bands that are pretty cool. But it's not like he's saying like it was back in the day when everyone knew who Quiet Riot was, or everyone
Let's
knew.
not forget that we're talking to the lead singer of Fozzy here. You know?
That's right. Absolutely.
Which to this day, and this is what I'm saying, if I really was deep entrenched, I would go. I just thought you were doing a wrestling thing. I did not.
I thought it was a
realize-
work.
Right.
I
That's
just
right.
didn't realize this was
Definitely.
a serious
Well,
thing for you.
the first time I ever did O&A was when I first started Fozzy.
Oh,
I was
you
doing like,
fuck! You wouldn't break character.
doing like a Spinal Tap Blues Brothers thing where I came in as Moon Goose McQueen, which was my alter ego.
We were calling you Mule Juice.
Mule Juice,
Mule Juice McDick.
The first time, like, you guys didn't know who I was. I didn't know who you guys
We've come
were.
a long way, Chris.
It was so funny because like, you guys were trying to make me break character. I wouldn't do it. You were busting my balls. I was busting your balls. The best thing was, you guys probably remember this, Andrew Dice Clay was there. And Dice he didn't have a clue what was going on. He was like, was this guy a wrestler? Is he a singer?
Yeah.
And you guys are going, he's a wrestler. And I'm going, I'm a singer. He goes, listen, he says he's a singer. He's a singer. Give him a break. So it was Jericho and Dice versus Opie and Anthony, Moon Goose McQueen.
What pissed us off, too, because we were huge fans of your wrestling back then, especially, and we're like, fuck this stupid music thing. We want to talk to Chris Jericho, the wrestler.
Just how insane was I at the time?
Because the Fozzy thing did take off, and it became, this thing for a while.
There's so much going on with your character at the time. We wanted to kind of talk about that, and you wouldn't even fucking break character.
I was being I was being so pretentious.
Oh, you
just
were.
to do it.
We used to make fun of your Pebbles hairdo and everything.
Everything, man. It's
used
so
to
funny
beat you
though.
up,
And
man.
now we're like buds. But that's what a way
Oh
to
my
start.
god, you got us so pissed off. We actually were calling your hairdo a cum fountain.
You guys are so mad at me.
Yeah.
That was so funny.
Hey, can I ask you?
That was awful.
You was a heel during the time of Fozzy, right? And so would you be, since it was a serious thing, was you upset when the crowd would boo you, like, because you was a heel, but you was actually doing your good music, and they like fucked Chris Jericho at the time?
It was tough because when we first started, like I was just a total schizo thing. I was doing the Andy Kaufman, Tony Clifton. Like I was not Chris Jericho. I was Moon Goose. I came from Japan. Chris Jericho was a fan of mine. And it was a couple times we played live, and people would start to boo, and at the time it was cool, like, this is great, and then after a while, like, man, we really fucked ourselves because people booed this as like a heel thing. That's a good question.
That's what I'm saying.
And then when we took it more of a serious thing, people didn't know if it was real, is it bullshit? So it was kind of a weird place, because at first it was just a fun thing. We did it just for fun, and then we started getting really good, and then we said, well, we should try and take this a little bit further, but because we started in such a weird way, it was hard to kind of break out of that, but we finally ended up doing that, like you said. So.
Now you're doing the WWE, like, I see a lot of stuff when the WWE guys branch off into different areas. Like I seen Condemned. Condemned was pretty good, by the way, with Steve Austin. I enjoyed that movie.
Oh, did he really?
I liked the movie.
That was the he was a convict on an island or whatever.
And I thought that it was pretty damn good, and he didn't overdo it. But like, are you doing your stuff now with all this WWE thing attached? Like, can you be just Chris Jericho by yourself? Or no?
He hasn't wrestled in a while, but there's a heavy rumor that he's going back.
He ain't going back. This dude is
going back.
See his muscles, see his arms. He's lost weight. Are you insane? No. He's in shape. He's regular guy in shape now. Do you see The Rock now? He's regular guy.
He's skinny
big.
guy.
He's not wrestling big anymore. He's regular in shape. Normal guy big now, and he's not going back to no fucking wrestling.
Well, even if he did, it's all about personality, and a lot of guys have forgotten that nowadays. Now, you guys know that Patrice actually worked in the WWE.
He used to write.
He used to write there for how long? Like a month or
a month? I got fired.
Seriously, I'm not even joking.
Let me tell you something. When you're in that thing, it's like you got to be in it, and I just wasn't in it, and I just had to get fired. But I loved it. But my thing is, when I
did Vince McMahon fire you personally? Angry Vince?
Stephanie did. He didn't go, you're
Stephanie.
fired.
You're fired.
And she fired
Patrice, I'd like to see you in my office.
She fired me 8 times.
You stink. You know, I've been going through some of your writing, and it stinks.
Let me tell you something. You know how you're proud of something?
I'm going to write my own material. I got a little sketch I want to run past you right about now. How about this one? You write me something, I think it sucks ass, and you're fine. You like that sketch? Do you like it?
I told you guys that I've only blinked slow at 3 dudes in my life. Like where I'm just like
blink slow.
You're holding back the tears. It was just, what's that music?
Awestruck.
It just little bird. And he was one, and because it was just his aura was magnificent.
Yeah, he is.
And
quite
none of the wrestlers
personality.
I had that. Like when I was doing it, I met the wrestlers. Like, hey, what's happening? Like, Test is as big of a human being as you can see. But you just go, hey, how you doing? This is how you doing. And at that time, I didn't meet him at the time, but he was one of the big heavies. He's like one of the guys that could ride in a jet. From where they going to the next day, and then everybody else had to
I'll take the bus.
Use a skateboard or fucking be on a train.
We didn't associate
he was a plane guy.
We didn't associate with the lowly writers.
They sat in the front, and the writers were in the back where the plane is. You
were on Vince's plane and all that.
The writers go with Vince.
Wow.
The writers stay with Vince. The writers don't get there on their own because they got to write the shows. And the thing that was great about
Vince,
you
got 10 wrestlers in a van piling in,
but it would be
arena to arena.
It would be him.
But you were one of the guys that got
the Undertaker, Stone Cold, The Rock, and maybe now
Mick Foley?
Rey Mysterio might be on. But the guy with the pituitary gland thing, he's not on. The giant Indian who should just be removed from wrestling.
The pituitary. That's his gimmick. Ladies and gentlemen, weighing 500 pounds, the pituitary gland.
Where he has Rey Mysterio's legs and Kane's body, Kane's upper torso.
They've been trying to get the new Andre the Giant for years.
Forever. And the Giant,
but they can't get it figured out.
Was him, but I don't know what happened. But Big Show was him. Big Show is definitely the new Andre the Giant, let's say.
Wait, you were a guy that was a head writer for wrestling. You told me about him. Is he still the same dude? He was like a young guy?
Little white dude. He's the guy. He's like...
Now, why has he got to be a white dude?
He's the guy. Because he is. He's not a little black dude.
Can't just be a dude.
Yeah,
No,
the little dude.
I'm tired
You
of
gotta
white people
describe
trying
him
to
like
make
that?
things colorless. Because you can't say nigger no more. I can still be racial.
hey,
and
you
I'm
can
gonna.
say it, we
I
can't.
said yes, indeedy.
Yes, indeed.
I like to use race to describe things.
So do we. We're just not allowed anymore.
Yes,
About
we
our
can't
balls
do that.
cut off.
Right. So you'd be in the plane writing, and the big stars would be in the front of the plane.
It would be.
going from arena
It wasn't
to arena.
him, but I knew who the guys was. It would be Triple H without a question. I think the pecking order is probably Triple H is at the top of the pile because he's married to his daughter for one. And he's just, the dude. But Undertaker very close. Jericho was very close. Stone Cold very close in terms of because they would work every goddamn day. But then it would be like, I would say 7 guys that can get on the plane with Vince and be comfortable. That weren't like, it was who else would you say? I didn't miss
got 'em all,
anybody.
no, you got 'em
yeah,
all.
it's all of them. And the
That's
rest
about
is,
it, right.
Are they nervous around Vince? Because I don't know.
not dudes like him. Dudes who can talk are not nervous around Vince. Dudes who can do a shoot interview, the Kurt Angles, the guys
No, what
who
it is,
can talk.
it's just, he's like you said, it's a very intimidating presence when you first start out until you have that confidence and have a little bit of leverage. I mean, still, of course, you're still scared of him. He's your boss. I mean, sometimes you want to kill him, but it's one of those things. After a while, you just got to treat him like a normal guy. Or else, he's got so many yes men surrounding him. He's sick of yes men, so you got to sometimes just tell him.
I didn't get a harumph out of you. This coffee is too cold.
Yes, boss. Yes, boss.
Thank you, sir.
What about me, boss?
Bad idea. Good
What
idea.
about me, boss?
Hey guys.
So that's kind of the deal with that. And you asked me before about if I could write this book within the WWE world. Because I took a step back and not working with the company, I was able to write the book the way I wanted to write it.
So this is your book.
This is my
not
book.
An association with
it doesn't even talk about the WWE. It's just my time to get there. It took me 9 years to get there, and this is the journey to get there. So, which is good because if I would have written it within their system,
You'd probably
it would have
leave
been
a
all
few
WWE stuff,
and you would have left a few things out.
I remember
probably.
the day you came in in 1999, like
Right.
when,
That's right.
when
Good
there was,
memory.
because there was the whole thing was
Y2O.
Y2K.
Y2K.
Y2O.
Y2O.
The liquid version.
Yeah, there you go.
Y2K was the real thing.
And he was Y2J, and
Right.
they got you into a thing right. They pushed him big right away because what they would do is 2 guys you would get pushed by, where they go, okay, they trying to make him big. One, if you fucked around with Rock, and if you fucked around with the Taker, would be like, okay, they trying to push him in, and they put him on with the Rock right away on a word battle with the Rock, when Rock would go, it doesn't matter what you think at that time, and they put him in when the Y2J character came out. That's when they was like, damn, they gonna push this guy like.
It's funny trying to explain to kids nowadays when they ask me, what does Y2J mean? And I have to explain. The kid's like 10. Yeah, he doesn't know what Y2K is. So trying to explain Y2J, you just get this blank look of that makes no sense. It's like, well, it doesn't really make sense, but it would if you were like over 30. It's a great nickname if you're older.
So you got beat up by Bret Hart's
Everyone.
dad. That you was in the basement thing.
Yeah, actually, I moved from Winnipeg
Well,
to
explain
Calgary.
the basement. That was
Bret Hart's father, the dungeon. Yeah, all the Canadian guys got beat up.
Yeah.
They had a dungeon there. It was called. It was basically Stu Hart's basement, and it was a small little room and had a low hanging ceiling. It looked like the basement from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, where there's these pipes everywhere. Is that Stu on the phone? I hope not.
Is that Kenny's phone?
Away.
I'm sorry.
Come on, it's live radio. We have to be professional here. But
This gets Kenny very upset.
If he's on the phone.
I'm ruining the show.
He will have apology emails to everybody.
As he should, because he ruins
Within
everything
2
he
hours.
touches.
I'm sorry.
It'll never happen again. I went home and punished myself.
And it wasn't even a phone call. It was probably a reminder of his to think a racist thought.
I don't want that to ever die. Fucking Kenny, I love him.
You know what's funny? We're talking about Calgary. Up in Calgary, there's a friend of mine who lives up in Calgary. His name is Speewee. He imitates you guys because he listens to you all the time.
Wow.
But he imitates this guy right here.
Oh, Jimmy.
What are you talking about? Sounds like a racist thought. And I'm like, what are you talking like? He goes, I listen to Opie and Anthony all the time. Because he's imitating you guys all the way up in Canada in the middle of frickin' nowhere. People are imitating you, Jimmy.
Oh, good.
Thanks.
It's fun to imitate.
Perfect.
You lay down, have a girl shit on you.
You married? You married, Chris?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, he's got the ring on.
How does a guy, good-looking dude like you, like I got a girl and I'm trying hard and I get married and the whole thing. Was she there during the rough times and you're loyal to her kind of thing? She's there
absolutely.
from the beginning?
Two things. One, she wasn't a wrestling fan. I met her in a restaurant. Two, I met her in '98 when I was still in WCW before I even really got to the, quote, I guess, to the big leagues, right? So, yeah, right from the start that she was there. It wasn't just some kind of a money-hungry gold digger. So that's kind of why I think we were able to last for a while, for as long as we have.
And a few kids now. 3 kids?
3 kids, yes, man, absolutely. We have twins, like I said, and then a 4-year-old son, too.
Right. Twins are girls or a boy?
Girls.
Twin girls?
And it's funny, because now, they're only one. But the basic human instinct catches on where, one of them will be holding something and the other one will come and just take it for no reason. The other one cries and then she just drops it. And then they're stealing from each other. They push each other down. And they're just babies. They don't know what they're doing, but that's the basic human nature. Push someone down and steal their stuff. Yes, you see these things.
Hey, I'm looking at the book and there's a picture of it, obviously, in the back that you weren't going to include, which I found very interesting that you wrote that, and then you did eventually bring it in. Which picture?
Yeah, there's obviously throughout the course of this book, Chris Benoit is a huge part of it because he was a big influence on me both professionally and personally. I met him in '92 in Calgary, and I was a fan of his from watching him. And, he was only a couple years older than me, but so he became like a big brother and a mentor, and we traveled the world together for years. This story ends in 1999. It's the story of my career, like I said, from '90 to '99. So I finished the book in May. And then in June is when all the stuff all the stuff happened with him. So I went back and I was able to go through the book, and I wanted to see how it would read and how it would resonate, knowing that I talked so positively about this guy and so many great experiences, but then it ended off in such a horrible way. So there was a picture of him and his wife and myself and Stu Hart at Owen Hart's funeral, Stu's son. And I was going to take the picture out, but then I thought to take it out would be to suggest that they never existed, and they did exist, and this time frame happened. So I left it in there. I thought, it'd be like, having something with the Twin Towers and editing it out.
Right.
Just because it ended in a bad way still doesn't mean it didn't exist. So what I did do is I wrote a foreword that just said, this is the guy that I knew between these years, because it'd be like a big black cloud hanging over this book. It's a very funny, humorous, comedic, positive story. But if you didn't address the Benoit situation, I think it would really read a little bit strange. So I was able to go through and kind of write a little thing about it. So
and it sounds crazy because every time there's something awful happens, people look back at the person or their life and go, "Wow, was there anything that indicated what was coming?" You look back on your history with him, and there's nothing you can look back on that was an indicator.
No,
right?
Absolutely not. Like if I had to go somewhere, I would have left my kids with him. Like that's how much my best friend that I ever had in the business, and that's what makes it even harder. Like I have to deal with this every day. For other, I'm not saying it in a bad way, but for other people, the big story happens, and something else happens, and 2 months from now, it's kind of just, oh yeah, I remember that, the wrestler guy. For me, it's like every day of my life, I have to deal with it and try and figure out,
What do you think it was? I mean, was
it
you
can't
just
think.
A moment of rage? I mean,
we'll never know. We're not wired to think that way. I mean, if you get that insane or mental problem, or it could be demon possession for all I know. I have no idea.
There were never signs?
Never. Nothing. So just, it's something we gotta deal with. So.
And he was, he really helped out your career over the years.
Totally.
You guys were really close.
Professionally and personally.
You were close with Eddie Guerrero, too, right?
Yeah, very
and
much
he's now
so.
gone as well.
Actually dedicated the book to Eddie way early on. That one was maybe even harder in a different way because it was such a surprise and such a shock. And Eddie was such a sweet guy, man, just a good dude, and had a lot of great times with him. Just the thing about the book, I mean, I wrote a thing in the back of all the guys that are in the book that actually aren't around to check it out. There's
Owen Hart,
Brian Pillman. I mean, there's tons of guys. Wrestling, it kind of gets glossed over unless something bad happens. No one ever really hears much about the positive side of it. But it's such a difficult job because there's only a handful of people in the world that can do it at a high level. But there's millions of fans that want to see it everywhere, worldwide. So it's very mentally and physically taxing and grueling. It's a tough job.
I have to say, dude, I know, and this is the thing, it's like I'm a wrestling fan, and I mean, we're not going to gloss over because even Vince McMahon tries to give it something else because they know it's not, a 200-pound man punching another 200-pound man in the face is death.
Yeah.
But to watch them, what they are, and I'm not trying to marginalize it, they are stuntmen who can act. So they're falling, like after everything, there's a guy running in a room with some dude trying to put his dislocated back back in place, like a chiropractor who goes, "Hey, what you do? I think I probably slipped a disc in my neck," and you just see it going crack back in. All right, tomorrow when you're on the bus, you got to do it again. But you give them a piece of paper that you wrote words on, and they fucking just go, all right, they read it. Hey, let me tell you something, motherfucker. I'm gonna knock your head off. And then they flying through the air on tables and shit. And it's a respect you should have, not on the fact that, okay, we know it's not real. You didn't really kick him in his balls.
But show business.
Yeah,
it's show business.
But it's dudes are talented.
Yeah, but there's also
talented guys.
They're also taking some real shots. Wrestling did change. Like I was watching some old wrestling. It was on cable or something, and it was beyond fake. They were barely hitting each other. But the new guys, they actually do hit each other and take some shots. Obviously not the over the top moves, but they're taking some serious.
You can make mistakes. There's a guy who's not walking now. The
draws.
Mistakes, man.
There's a story in my book from when I was in Knoxville. I was practicing before the match, and I broke my arm. Literally, like I was looking at it and had this weird little divot in it. So I went to the hospital. He said, well, you got to have surgery right now. And I said, well, I just have this wrestling appearance I have to make, and he goes, okay, well, tomorrow at 7 a.m. you're getting surgery. So of course, I basically snuck out of the hospital, went back to the arena, dumbest thing, put my gear on. The promoter was all like, what the fuck you break your arm for? And I was like, don't worry, I'm still going to wrestle. Okay, no problem. So then I went in the ring. I wrestled this match with a broken arm. I had aspirin in my system. I was all like whacked out. And I got cut open. I was bleeding, like, looked like a reject from the Carrie movie, like a bucket of blood just dumped all over me. And I'm on the floor with a broken arm, bleeding everywhere, and there's this puddle of blood, and there's like this total stereotypical redneck hillbilly. He's wearing like the overalls with the big gut hanging out, little cowboy, like goofy cowboy hat, and he might as well have like the hay straw, and he's like, that ain't real blood. And I was thinking, like,
you asshole.
Fuck. He goes, that ain't real blood, and he puts his finger in it. And he like tastes it, and he's like, "Yeah, that ain't real blood." And first, I'm like, "How gross are you? Like, how does my DNA taste?" And second of all, how could it not be real blood? I have no shirt on. What do I have? A magical pump in my pants? I got a magical pump in my pants, all right. But it's like, is this blood just coming from nowhere? But I mean, that's kind of some of the stuff that you go through. But I just love that guy just licking the blood, like, that ain't real blood.
I know what real blood tastes like.
Yeah. Isn't anybody you fucking hate in the business, man?
Hey, dude, you know what, man? At this level, you're just a professional. You go out there. Some guys that rub you the wrong way, but it's business. It's business.
Who rubs you the wrong way? This guy,
you want to get
not who, but what type of personality rubs you the wrong way?
Guys that take themselves too seriously, and that's a good way to ask that question, Patrice. Because at this stage of the game, like I said, I had this goal and this dream that I accomplished. I win. I'm not bitter towards anybody. Some guys are assholes. Fuck them. I don't care. I'm happy. I did what I wanted to do. But guys that take themselves too seriously, especially on this job, because this is show business and it's comedy, man. Like, just you got to have fun with it and then enjoy yourself. And it's not real.
So you hit him a little extra hard.
Well, not here, but overseas. Like when I first started going over to Japan, for example, being a foreign guy, they don't like having the foreign guys over there as much. At least they didn't used to in the early '90s. So it would be a little bit more of a fight. The first match I ever had in Japan, I wrestled this guy called Ueda, and he was a kickboxer who actually wore boxing gloves in the ring. And this was before there was MMA. It was kind of this weird mixed martial arts wrestling company. And this dude came in, man, and he wasn't pulling anything. He was kicking me and punching me. Like, I could see it in his eyes. Who's this little fucking foreign guy? So you know what? He nailed me so hard, and I was just getting the crap kicked out of me, and there was no rules in this company. It was called FMW. So I just went to the floor and I grabbed a chair and I went back in the ring, and he'd turned his back on the pretty boy, and I hit him in the head as hard as I could.
With the chair?
With the chair. I was like, fuck this. And man, you could just see him. He just like wilted and just fell down. And after that, he was very nice. Very, very easy to work with afterwards. But you just kind of had to get yourself some space and get a little respect.
Right.
Same thing in Mexico too. The foreign guys come in, they didn't like it. It was a little bit more of a shoot until they knew that you could actually work together. And then the point of the business is to work together. It's like improv comedy. You want to work together to put on the best show, and the more you put the other guy over, the better it is for everybody.
As the guy's about to hit you with a chair, someone yells, freeze!
Exactly, freeze. Now you hit me with a rubber chicken.
I hate being such a giddy wrestling fan. It just bothers me, but I just love it. I just love.
Where do you guys hide the razor blades? I've always wanted to know that.
It's a magician's secret. lot of guys have different places to put it, but it's an art form, man, because
they could get in the way and then cut you when you don't want to be cut.
I'm sure that's happened.
I always want to know that question.
I think I know, actually. They put it like on the thigh, like the scrotum covers it on the thigh, and they get action right in there.
If you cut your horn off, that's just part of the business, man. That's just the way it goes.
Your forehead looks okay. You don't have the Dusty Rhodes head.
Yeah, well, that was more of a step.
When him and Abdullah the Butcher used just
the road
butter
map.
knives.
the road map on the foreheads.
Dusty, it's just hard to look at it.
Yeah. Some of the guys just took, They weren't careful. What am I trying to say? They weren't careful. That's
there
for
was
sure.
guys in Mexico because they wear masks there. They're all like cultural superheroes, like comic book heroes. Their chins would be totally scarred up, like they had a beard of scars because only their mouths are showing, so they couldn't do it under the mask. They would do their chin instead. So like these guys, like totally normal face with like this horrible goatee of scars. That sounds like a horror movie. Goatee of scars.
Did you plan for the future where you're like, look, man, I like in your contract was like, I will bleed only on pay-per-views?
No, you just do it. I mean, you're smart about it. Yeah, like some guys thought it was cool. Like, I'm gonna get bloody. I'm hardcore, and it's like, fuck, man, you're gonna look stupid. Like when you're 50, walking around with a road map on your forehead.
Did they tell you had to get bloody for this one, that one, or would it just be kind of like you said, this is a good one to get bloody on?
Shit, like I said, it's show business, man. So it's all an elaborate show. Like I said, that's the most important thing. It's like a Shakespearean morality play for the modern era. There's a good guy, there's a bad guy, there's a confrontation, there's a denouement, and there's a finish, and then that's kind of, if Shakespeare was alive today, he'd be writing wrestling shows.
Do you have a favorite match ever?
Got a lot of them. Probably WrestleMania 19 against Shawn Michaels in Seattle at the Enormo Dome or whatever the hell it was called. That was a good one because a lot of people said it was the best match on the show, and at WrestleMania is like the Super Bowl. So if you want to get out there and put on a show, that's the time to do it, And it was just cool to be at that level, especially all these, working at a kid's birthday party when I first started, getting paid a hot dog and a glass of orange juice, to being held up on the side of the road by a chick in Mexico City in the middle of nowhere. I picked her up. She was going to take me to a party. Her and her brother
held up like Rob?
Yeah, Rob.
Banditos.
She was going to take me to a party.
So
we're driving. Yeah, it wasn't sexy. We're driving to this party, and her and I are making out in the back, and it's like, this is great. This is me a party, and this girl's hot, and I noticed it's getting more and more desolate until we're finally like in the middle of nowhere. Like, dude, there's nothing. Like Mexico City, murder capital of the world.
Holy shit.
So I go, where's this party at? And the guy's like, the party is right here, and the gun right there, man. And if you've ever seen the beginning of the James Bond films where you see those grooves on the inside of the gun,
yeah.
I never knew what that was until I actually saw the grooves on the inside of the gun sticking in my face.
You said a girl?
Like a guy and a girl.
Oh, I thought you just got robbed by a girl.
Well, even worse. Yeah. Right.
No girl do shit to me. Bitch, put your little pink gun away before I eat your pussy.
Dude,
I'm glad you added a man to that motherfucking
shit. Yeah, it was brutal, man. As they're driving away, I still have the taste of this girl's lipstick on my mouth, and I'm thinking, this bitch just robbed me, and I bought her dinner as well because I met her in a restaurant, so I really got screwed on both accounts. But when something like that happens, you're like, I'm going to take this and use it in a positive way because there ain't no chick that's going to rob me, and then I'm not going to make it as a result. So she probably has 12 kids in TJ somewhere, and I'm here, with you guys, so I win.
Plug in a Lion's Tale,
Around the World in Spanish. Yeah, I was showing Anthony the picture, the picture of when I was the Phoenix.
Phoenix.
Go in the color. Go in the color insert. I had no gigs going on, and nothing was happening for me. So I decided I need a gimmick. I need a fancy gimmick. So what I did was I found this Egyptian mask, and I thought, I'm going to be the Phoenix. So I got this goofy mask, and then I glued all these feathers on it, and then I went and bought some aluminum poles from a hardware store and soldered them together in the shape of wings. Then I wrapped a bunch of spandex around it and got like a bunch of sparkly sequins and stuff. And then I thought, this is it. This is going to be my ticket to the big time. So, if you see, the picture is the wings are crooked, the mask is not even, it sucks.
You got mangy feathers on there.
It's terrible, and I didn't have money for straps, so I stapled some spandex straps on to the contraption. Then I go outside to where I'm going to take pictures, I guess in an open field, near a forest, which apparently is where phoenixes are from, and as I'm ready to take the picture, the wind starts blowing, and they blow the wings off my back, and then I'm chasing the freaking wings down the field. But
must have looked like
I actually
a complete ass.
Totally, and I mean, I looked like an ass in that picture. I sent that out as promo shots. Book Chris Jericho as the Phoenix, and they just had nothing going on, just grasping at straws. So to finally continue to take each step to get to where I got to, it was a long process, man, and an embarrassing one at that.
Man, yeah.
You're also dressed as a liger.
Super Liger.
Oh my God, Super Liger.
Super Liger. There's a guy in Japan who's
How did you ever make it?
How did you ever make it? That's what I ask myself that every day.
I do think that about myself with radio and stuff sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah, you look back or hear some of your old shows and
what
go,
was I fucking
what the
thinking?
hell was I doing?
I see a picture of you as the Super Liger. You want to explain this one?
It can't be a
This
clear
is
album.
1997 in
Japan.
Tokyo Dome.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Jushin Liger is a legendary guy there. He wears an outfit like that, and it's one of those things in Japan. People are very. It's a weird culture because something like Liger is very popular. He has horns and is a very big mask. So they're going to bring me into New Japan, which is the big company like the WWE of Japan, to be his evil doppelganger, the Super Liger. So I had the same outfit that he had. Now I've never wrestled in New Japan. I wrestled in Japan a lot, but I always wanted to go there. I was so excited. And the first match I had was in the Tokyo Dome, 75,000 people, huge match. Super Liger. It'd be like being Bulk Hogan, Hogan's evil twin or something like that level of a star.
Bulk Hogan.
Yeah, Bulk Hogan. So I show up there and they give me this costume the night before the show, and it's literally like a hard spandex wetsuit. Like I can't really move, but I'm like, okay, I'll just do my best. They give me this mask that the eyes are covered with red mesh. So not only can you not see through the mesh, but it's red. So you can't see a damn thing. Then the mouth holes are the size of like a pin. So you can't breathe either, and you can't see. So then I go to the Tokyo Dome, and the first thing I notice is that all the lights above the ring are red. I have red mesh over my eyes. All I'm seeing is red. It's like a red blur for what I can see. I had like the stinker. We call them abortions in wrestling. It was an abortion. It was the worst match ever. The first move, I'm supposed to jump on the top rope and do this wacky kick, fall right on my face. Now, when I fell down off the ropes, there's 75,000 Japanese people. Now, they don't say anything when they watch the matches. They study. But when you fall down off the top rope, they all started laughing. It was like 79. Super Raga suck. And it's just like, oh my God, this is terrible. And I can't move. And I feel like I'm like walking in cement. And the mask is just horrible match. Bombed huge. One of the worst, most embarrassing experiences I've ever had. Go to the back room. I'm supposed to come back the next month as Super Liger for a big 3-week tour. As I take the costume off, they're putting it in a bag.
Yeah, you
and I go, what are you doing? Yeah, we're keeping it for safekeeping, please. So that was it. I was done. I bombed huge. Liger was furious because it was his legacy. And the next month I came back as Jericho because I'd already been booked, but they didn't want me to be Super Liger. But that was it. I was losing to everybody. Finally had a match, had a great match, finally, and the boss was this guy called Choshu, and he was in the back room, and as I walked back, he looked at me, and he's like, oh, you, Chris Jericho? I said, yes. He goes, you same Super Liger? Yes. Jericho good, Super Liger bad. And I said, I think Super Liger is dead. And he said, yes, I think so. Good idea. So it was the debut and the retirement of Super Liger on the same night.
That's hilarious. I mean, God bless you. You were trying all sorts of different things.
Whatever you could do, man. Like I said, yeah,
make
nothing,
your mark.
Well, that's the thing. And you guys know, being in show business, any form of it, you got to pick up the phone and call people. No one's going to call you.
Right. And Opie, excuse me, if you don't think that he's going to be an actor, look at the front cover of that book. Look at the bottom right thing where he looks like Barry Bonds, and look at his little skinny body now. Look at his body of I want to be a wrestler bad body, and his fucking fuck wrestling I'm going to look good body.
I'm actually 112 pounds right now.
Yeah, that's actually that's a good question.
Patrice is making me sound like I just came out of a concentration camp or something.
No, like you can see that it's athletic, but you see that picture in the bottom right.
Let's ask him, Chris. Like, obviously you go back to wrestling anytime, and like the rumors are strong, you're going back there. Whatever. If you don't want to deal with that, that's fine. But what would you like to do? You've done the band thing, you've done the wrestling thing.
Well, I mean,
if it was up to you, you're now an author. Do you want to be an actor?
Yeah, I've done some stuff. I was in Android Apocalypse that won the Oscar for Best Movie a couple years ago. I did a couple movies, which are cool. I mean, I enjoyed that experience. It's like anything else, though. You got to. I mean, obviously, unless you're like The Rock and strike it big,
make
really
some of that
huge.
rock money.
Well, and that's a rare thing, to get that big so quickly. You got to work your way up. And I've done some stuff. I did a couple plays last year, which was a lot of fun. I enjoy. I worked with the Groundlings for a year. did shows with them, which is a great comedy troupe. Will Ferrell was a groundling, and Phil Hartman was a groundling.
Pee-wee Herman, I think, too. They put out a lot of really fucking funny
Lisa
people.
Kudrow, Shara Terry, Kristen Wiig. So it was great to work with those guys. I mean, writing the book was great. For me, I needed a break from wrestling, man. I was burned out mentally after 15 years wrestling. But the thing is, it's also wrestling a show business boot camp. You learn a little bit about everything. It really helps you to train for all types of show business. So I could go back to wrestling, and I would go back to wrestling on my own terms, have some fun, because it really is an open book. It's an open canvas to go out there and do what you want to do.
Don't make us bring Sam in here.
Would you do TNA?
Hold on.
What's going on?
Sam, what do you know about Chris Jericho?
You mean as far as him returning?
Yeah.
Well,
he's a huge wrestling fan.
The Save Us 222 promos that have been running for like a month and a half. A lot of people think that it's got to be the return of Chris Jericho.
We got to call you out a little bit, Chris. Come on.
I think Sam's got one. They're very reminiscent of the Millennium Countdown that counted down to the last in 1999.
What is the 222?
And nobody really knows for sure.
That's it. We're watching on YouTube
Maybe
right now.
February 22nd.
First time I've ever seen this.
Oh, you haven't seen this, huh, Chris?
No, I don't know anything about this.
They run these spots on all of their shows.
Sam, wait a minute, Sam. I'm trying to see where this fucking tags into Chris Jericho.
It's exactly like the old ones
Yes,
from back in 1999.
But like he said, no one, like, it might be for some other dude, Computer Man. It's a fucking guy. Like, why is this? Why would he bring himself back like that?
It's the 2.0 version.
That's a gimmick. Computer Man.
He's a laptop in the corner.
Yeah, like I said, I would go back to wrestling on my terms. I wouldn't give up any of the stuff I've been doing.
You don't want to blow up your big announcement.
I swear.
Sam, give us more.
Make him uncomfortable. This is not convincing. You gotta say, come on,
Sam's
man.
good, though.
I'm
Sam
just saying.
knows this shit. Make him more uncomfortable.
And stop trying to be coy. Just say what you fucking gotta say.
Hold on, move the mic away from your face. I'm going to study you as, go ahead, Sam. Tell people what you know.
If it's not Chris Jericho's return, then every single internet wrestling fan is going to be extremely disappointed. Aside from that, on Lance Storm's website, who's another wrestling friend of Chris Jericho, Lance Storm said that it was Chris Jericho already.
Why don't you throw us a bone? You know, all these wrestlers.
Here's the thing.
You know what he did? You know why? Wait.
He just drank the water.
He took a nervous sip.
He just took the nervous sip.
You liar! I saw that. He took a fucking nervous sip.
He's nervously sipping water.
Oh,
Sam!
Damn.
I don't want to do it because
Sam.
You want to kick
And
his
he's
ass?
looking at Sam like, I'm going to
of course not.
rusty-haired Negro up.
The thing is, I mean, how great of
Who is this albino giving away my information?
fucking Aborigines.
I just, all the sites listen to us. So you might as well do the big
I'm not
announcement
hiding
right here.
anything. It's funny. The point is, how good of a deal is this for me to get all of this free publicity? Because people are getting mad at me now. You were supposed to be back on Raw last week. You were supposed to be the pay-per-view. I paid my money. It's like, dude, I never said I was going to be back. And even if I was coming back, I wouldn't say anything. I'm a magician. You have secrets. You have things you want to do.
He is drinking.
I think nowadays I have muscle milk. If I drink one of these, it's going to suddenly make me get big
It's
again.
just for protein. It's
That's
nothing.
of course. But that's one of those things. I think nowadays people know everything so quickly. You know, they can go on the internet and everybody finds stuff out so quickly. When I was a wrestling fan, I didn't know shit. All I knew was what I saw on TV, and that was the magic of it. It was
spoilers and speculation.
Shit. So,
I bet you are,
of course,
Sam.
man.
Thanks,
No, but that's one of those things.
I guess we're not going to be surprised anymore.
But the thing is, everyone thinks they know, but no one really knows for sure. And that's the way it should be. It's like going to a movie. I haven't seen Saw 4 yet. I don't want to know what happens. I want to see it as it unfolds on the screen.
This is the political turn. He's good at it.
I'm very good at it.
Sam's right.
He was dead the whole movie.
Sam's probably got more.
You son of a bitch!
You probably got more clues.
Oh wait, Sam's got more clues.
I was looking through your garbage and you wrote somebody. Wait till you see this 222 thing I'm doing.
Go ahead, Sam.
It's going to fool everybody.
I don't know anything else. I just know what I read. I don't like spoiling things either.
Yeah.
I I like wrestling for the magic of wrestling.
For the show business aspect, right?
Sam, hello, it's Vince McMahon. You know, I heard you on the radio today, blowing up our spot. We're trying to keep it secret, and you're being a blabbermouth. I want to hire you just so I can fire you.
Pal, it's not my information.
You're fucked.
Chris, just so you know a little more, WWE sent him a real belt,
A
for his
champion
birthday.
belt, yeah.
The real one.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
With the spinning thing and everything.
Because he's such a huge fan.
Are you sick or
Talking about wrestling on the radio.
Make-A-Wish Foundation. That's what they did.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why he's talking so much. He has some little white Negro dementia that won't allow him to shut the fuck up.
He doesn't have much. He doesn't have much time left. He wants to get it all out while he can.
I feel him. Damn, that nervous shit fucked me up right there. I was following Chris until he took a goddamn
Nervous. You're like Andrew Dice Clay years ago with the Fozzie gimmick.
We were letting you be, but then it's getting, all right, enough.
No, honestly, I mean, everybody's asking about it, everyone's talking about it. I've been doing this book tour for the last week and a half, and everybody wants to know. But that's the good thing about it, man. It's the speculation of it. People are thinking. It's a surprise. It's anticipation.
Yeah,
so
stop looking at it now. Trying to look for clues in there.
I know.
See, everyone, it's like Paul is dead of wrestling. People are finding clues.
Little clues.
Like I Am the Walrus type stuff.
But you walk out with your book. It's going to be perfect.
That's right. Hit some people over the head with it.
Hey,
and
can you sign Sam's chair?
Of course I can.
Is that from a match?
No, that's not from a match. I went to a convention like 3 years ago and decided to bring a chair, and since then I've been bringing it to...
Getting it signed. No, seriously, how did you get the belt, and why? Oh, no, why did they send you a belt?
They just sent it to me because I talk about wrestling on the show all the time, and I think they just enjoy the
help
publicity.
He was the only one that stood by the gimmick, the Vince getting blown up in the limo gimmick. like we went through the videotape and we're just saying, like, Sam, look, you could see that there's investigators on scene. And like he was selling it better than anybody.
All right, so he's special.
Yes, he's special.
That's why I got the belt.
With the fake leg that falls out of the limo just before it blows up.
Very subtly, but very purposely placed. The leg comes out, the leg goes in.
It was hysterical. And then it said the FBI was investigating, but then when the FBI said, hey, we got nothing to do with this, they came up with what?
I think it was the FIC.
The FIC.
The Federal
Investigation Commission.
And but you got
the guy that was the detective, he was like all buffed up and everything. Like he was one of the guys that wanted to be a wrestler, but he kind of wasn't up to it yet.
That used to always make me laugh. Like a wrestler gets hurt in the ring, and then the paramedics come out and they're ripped on their uniforms. They're like,
fucking huge arms.
Boy, I wonder what's going to happen with the paramedics in a minute or two here.
This is why you have to love a wrestling fan or wrestling fans that know it. Is that Vince was going with that bullshit, and then Benoit happened, and he just said, "This shit's over." And wrestling now is back. Everybody healed.
People didn't go, wait a minute.
It's fucking done. I'm done with wrestling. Oh my God. It's just like, yeah, we know, man. You can't.
Then all of a sudden he had a love child or something.
Yeah, it was like fucking crazy.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
It's a form of entertainment that either you get it or you don't. And people that get it, they understand it. They have fun with it. But people that don't, I mean, it really is like the stepchild of entertainment, especially in Hollywood and stuff. It's like, wrestling? What? They're a bunch of Neanderthals. They can't actually put a sentence together. Every rapper has a movie, or every rapper does a TV show. Heaven forbid that in wrestling you go to these things. People just don't understand it the same way.
Well, could you not say rapper with so much venom as if you're rapper?
You rappers.
There aren't just people that get it and don't get it. There's people in between that get lost in this void. If you could find that clip of that young gentleman in the stands.
Oh yeah, we can play that. Can we take a leak first? Do you have to leave, Chris?
No, man. I'm cool.
All right, we're gonna play the crying wrestling fan.
This guy takes it a little too seriously.
After the break, because we got to take leaks. We all like
break.
Yeah, we like to take leaks together in the bathroom.
I like that. Cross swords, man. That's fun. We can do that now. We're buds. We've known each other for years.
We call it the Larry Craig challenge.
What we like doing is lining up at the urinal and holding the guy's cock to your right.
That's right.
You just point it. Sometimes you piss on his leg.
Like Speedy. The guy imitates you. It's not Jimmy. He's imitating you.
Because I thought I was imitating Jimmy.
No, he's gonna say that. You hold the cock to the right.
And it wasn't the voice. It wasn't the voice. It was what you said.
Yeah, that's right.
And we hold cocks not with hands. We hold them between our upper lip and nose. like funny fake mustaches.
You're nestling them. That's not holy. That's nestling.
It's not fun anymore. Jimmy always takes the fun out of the.
Jeez,
the
you
homo
just
breaks.
made us feel bad.
It makes it so real.
Made us feel dirty.
It just brings a personal touch to it that we're not comfortable with.
Speaking of personal touch, let's all pee.
All right, Opie and Anthony, Chris Jericho, Patrice O'Neal. And a lot of fans on the bleachers today.
Certainly do.
We do.
A few girls, too.
There's some pretty girls out there.
Yes, 1, 2, 3. I see 4 chicks.
Hey,
Nice.
anybody working the crowd to see if they have anything
5.
for the show today? One of these people might have something for the show today, Chris. You never know.
Okay, well,
It's Opie and
they'll
Anthony.
certainly add more to it than I did.
It's one of Chris Jericho's songs right here, Enemy by Fozzy. Are you on, Patrice? You there?
Yeah.
Drop something.
Chris Jericho in studio, A Lion's Tale, his book, Around the World in Spandex. Chris Jericho.
What?
Yes. Yeah. Around the World in Spandex.
Oh, I didn't see the.
Around the World as the Super Liger. But you're doing a book signing, Chris? We should get that info out. Does someone have it? I don't have it. All right, I do have it in front of me here. Where are you going to be today? At Borders on Broadway.
On Broadway, yeah, right downtown in Manhattan here.
100 Broadway in Manhattan at 12:30. Chris will be signing copies of A Lion's Tale.
Wow.
Yes.
Till what time?
Until they stop coming, right?
That's right. That's right. Until everybody is satisfied.
What a
Because of like
soldier
we
you are.
do. Like Jimmy.
Guaranteed.
Everyone gets it
Satisfied.
signed.
That's right.
I have them line up, and I sign 10, 12 books, and then I go back to my limousine.
Yeah.
That's all
That would
you
be
need.
great. Have a huge line of people, and then just have a security guy put a cone behind the fifth guy.
But that's the thing. It really is like working at a club. Like when you have an autograph signing, sometimes you show up and there's 600 people there. Sometimes you show up and there's 6. You just never can tell. But if there's 6 and you got to sit there for 2 hours,
dude,
I'm best friends there. But I'm writing recipes in their book.
Dude, we've been down this road.
What was that, Virgin Records, I think?
We put out a CD back in the day. It's 10 years ago when we were up in Boston, and some of the CD signings were all day, 6 to 8 hours, no joke.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy. And then we did, it was Tower Records, downtown Boston, and the line was maybe 20 people. And you just nailed it. We're sitting there like, so where are you from? Like learning everything about
Exactly.
Because you don't want the line to totally die. You're hoping people are going to get on the back of the line before this guy leaves.
That's right. It's like working at a club. If there's no one in the club, you still want to have a line so that people think it's happening.
Yeah.
You know, when I was in Knoxville, when I was wrestling there in '94, they sent us to a furniture store, and there was like first signing, and the guy paid $75 each for me and my partner Lance. So we had to sit there for 2 hours, no matter what. And there was nobody there, but there was this little group of kids who were standing around, and they're like, "We thought you were supposed to be famous wrestlers. You guys are nobody. There's nobody here. Now go for 2 hours here." And they're like, "Shut up, kid. Get out of here."
The worst is when you sign something, and then 5 minutes later, the same person comes back through the line. Because I wanted to know if we could take a picture. That one didn't come out.
Yeah, then you know that you're in trouble.
Motherfucker.
When you start seeing the same people, then
Or
it's time to wrap it up.
acknowledge like, I noticed that the line's really short, so I figured, what the hell, I'll get some other things signed.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
oh,
right.
great,
That's
thanks.
right. Yeah, there's nobody here, so I thought I'd just hang out for a bit.
Thanks, buddy.
You just babble.
Is it
We're not feeling bad about ourselves already.
Babble about everything to the guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Everything.
Sure. No, come back. Here.
Yeah,
Grabbing his arm. Hey, come.
Yeah, so you've been big fans of the show, huh?
Is it any way to be famous without doing this stuff? Like, meaning, like, if you do a movie or you do your book, and is there any way to just do this without doing what he's doing? I seen you on TV, you're here.
You gotta.
then you go
Who
to
are you
the
asking?
bookstore.
You gotta.
You gotta promote.
You gotta
Him
promote
first.
it. You know, that's the thing. Especially with something like this book. I mean, it's your life story, and I worked so hard on it to get it right. You want to take it to the streets, and it really is a grassroots thing.
This is just a lazy man's question because it's just when I see
Patrice doesn't
people
want to
do-
work hard.
When I see people do publicity, it's like right now. It's amazing to me that I saw him on TV and he has the same clothes he was on in Good Morning. And
I have one suit.
And you're fucking disco dancing with the lady this morning.
Oh,
and
that's
you
right.
probably
She
did
was
something
hot.
there. That was the traffic girl too, by the way.
Oh, man.
And then
He was Dance
he was dancing
Fridaying?
with you know,
Jill Nicolini?
Yeah, Nicolini, and he's a nice guy too because he's not a hunk of shit because he did the dance and like I'm never gonna be invited on Ellen DeGeneres again because. She's doing the thing, and I'm like, you goofy bitch.
They weren't invited on anything again.
So I'm just wondering, is there any way to just do something and drop it, and then they go, hey, man, he got a book out, and you just go, fuck all day signing, get out of here, I can sleep.
I think if you're like A+ on the list, like 50 Cent or Kanye or somebody like that, you probably don't have to. But when you're guys at my level, living on the F list, you got to do what you can to get out there and make it work.
Stephen King probably doesn't have to, but they all do a
Patrice
little
is
bit.
looking at me like, come on, man.
Stop your bullshit, man. Wrestling fans is like
you know what else too, though? I mean, this sounds kind of really like sucking up, but I like meeting the fans. It's fun. I mean, you guys probably have the same thing because you're on the other side of the mic and the other side of the screen. It's fun to meet up. Well, some of them are rude.
The fucking ones with tits I like meeting.
Don't you notice that some people are just rude and people just don't have manners?
Yeah.
You notice that they come up and go, listen, I don't watch the shit and I don't even really know who you are, but will you sign this? Well, gee, thanks. Let me do you a favor for just sticking it to me.
That's the one.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, I don't really listen. I listened a couple times. I'm really not a big fan. Could you just sign this?
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Gee, thanks, asshole.
Yeah.
Hey,
that's what I want to hear.
I don't even know if I should talk to you anymore. Your dad was a Ranger?
Yes, he was.
I didn't even know that until today, man.
Yes, he was.
Were you a hockey player growing up?
Yeah, I just wasn't very good, but I grew up actually.
Was he Ron Duguay?
A little bit earlier than that. He played for the Rangers from 70 to 75. And I used to remember sitting in the garden when I was about 3, and I was really mad because my dad would never look up and wave at me when he was playing his games. And I thought, come on, Dad. And he's fighting Dave Schultz or whatever. And I'm like, Dad.
Was he a fighter?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, geez, look at his nose.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, who was your dad?
His nose is in his ear.
His name was Ted Irvin.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah,
Jesus,
but not only that, but he also scored, too. He used to get 20 goals a year. He was like one of the original power forwards. Had he come around 10 years later, he would have made millions.
Are you a fan of any other sport?
No. Water polo.
But no basketball. See, I want to know basketball.
Yes,
like, you're a basketball fan, right? Like, it's
acting
like
I'm a sports. Yeah, absolutely.
I guess I'm trying to find out in sports terms of like say basketball, football. Was your father Peyton Manning or was he a lineman?
No. He wasn't Peyton Manning. I'm trying to put.
How many years did he play?
He played 10 years.
Oh,
he had a pretty solid career.
Right there.
What's the dude's name? What's Rondé's brother? Tiki Barber? Not at that level, but kind of someone that's that.
He's like Rondé's. He's Rondé.
Rondé. People know the name. And, kind of a great player, but not a superstar.
But if you're a hockey fan, you know your father.
Whenever I come to New York, man, people still ask me, how's your father doing? You go to the Garden, it's the same security guards, ushers. I remember your father, Teddy Irvin, and it's like, how old are you, man? He's like 90? But it was the early 70s. But people in this city, in New York City, are they're such loyal sports fans. It's amazing. They remember everything about my dad and about my career and everything in between.
I'm an Islander fan, so...
I don't know if it's worse.
We're supposed to hate you guys.
I don't know if it's worse not knowing your father, which I didn't, or having this "please, Daddy, love me" often disappointed face that he has. Like, this is my dad, but my dad's paying me no fucking attention. Or is it better just to be alone? Like, shit, I don't have nobody to relate to, so I'm gonna just look at this camera.
Who my daddy?
Who my fucking father?
Are you my daddy? Daddy?
I don't give a fuck. I'm going to play basketball, but this face of the constant pain on his face.
The years of toil. I've used that anger to fuel me to this day.
I'm going to show you, Dad. I'm going to go in a basement of an old man and be beat to death every day.
I'll teach you a lesson. My pain is your pain.
Damn.
I actually played in a celebrity. Christopher Reeve used to have a celebrity game at the Garden. I played 4 years with it. It was great. But the one year I asked my dad.
Jimmy.
My dad can come.
Jimmy's itching.
Don't fuck around with Chris. He was a good dude, man.
Yeah, why would I?
I can see your wheels spinning.
Not
Jimmy's
at all.
itching.
The third annual blink off.
No, terrible.
What?
Oh, my God.
Terrible.
Everybody's going.
You know what? Christopher Reeve in a wheelchair could still kick your ass.
Oh, big deal. Good for him.
A great answer. I thought you were supposed to be a comedian. That wasn't funny. But anyways, I have a story about it, you jackass. Don't interrupt my stuff. I can't even tell the story now. It's been built up so much.
He's really mad at me.
Well, it's good. He was a friend of mine. You don't talk shit about someone's friend like that.
Yeah, well, that's true. But he was a very famous guy, and we poke fun at it. We do it. It's not that it's nice, but we do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jimmy gets his ass kicked right after these words.
Opie and Anthony, the host of the show, your bosses,
yes,
are being respectful.
Bosses.
And you got to cross the line when I said don't say it.
Well, I wasn't being disrespectful.
Yes, you were. It's very disrespectful.
You didn't say
I'll
you
be
were
honest
president.
with you. I was this close to being disrespectful, but Jimmy jumped on it first.
But no, you didn't say. First of all, you didn't say you were friends with him. You just said you played in a tournament.
I'm just kidding with you, man.
I was actually going to go with
You say what you
I
want.
could see your wheels spinning when he said that. I was going to go on that.
Ah, see, I threw you a softball.
See, I was going to go on that part.
I would love to see him put Jimmy in some type of finishing hole.
You know what it is? You know what
Jimmy can bend at least 3 times.
Here's the finishing hole.
That whole.
Oh, that's the finish.
No,
that
we're
whole
not
crowd.
not punching him because Jimmy doesn't have any bones in his face. So it's just your fist
That
would only
whole
go to the
crowd
other
out
side.
there, though, let me tell you, that whole crowd out there would have stood up if you hit Jimmy and said, "Leave him alone."
Please don't do that. Nobody would have helped me.
Of course
Dude,
not.
we're not
really
going to
mad
do
at me,
that.
though.
No.
You really are, but it's okay. I didn't know he was a friend of yours. But
No, my fury is over. I'm happy. I'm happy. We love you. We love each other.
And I am a comedian. You didn't think it because it wasn't a funny line, but I am one. Good.
No, he feels bad.
I was laughing at the
Let's
awkwardness.
shake hands on air. There you go.
They're
The hands
all
are
right.
shaking.
That was,
Fine. We're buddies.
They're
again.
okay now.
That was a little awkward.
That was, it was awkward.
But it was
what are you
beautifully
supposed to do?
awkward, though.
You got to stick up for your buds, right? I mean, that's just the way it is.
Not really. Not
these.
no, we don't.
Chris,
Stick
not
up for
these
each other.
guys. Not these guys.
What a
We're all
bunch of
scumbags.
miscreants. What a bunch of heathens.
You
in
should go
here.
down the comedy cell and see how these guys treat each other.
We're brutal.
It's amazing.
We're just a bunch of scumbags.
It
We're
is
just a bunch of scumbags. That's what we are. We fucking nothing is sacred.
We just kind of took this conversation and took it to a screeching halt, didn't we? Let's talk about this. Does anybody?
This is beautiful.
How was your cock
Screeching
when
halt,
you peed?
much like.
Did you hold each other's cocks when you peed? Patrice was holding mine. It felt really nice.
It's so funny to see guys change the subject. Let me tell you something. Let me explain something about the word inappropriate in men should not fucking exist. Only look, you go out there, you might make a mistake where it's like it's personal to you, and I understand, but it's like inappropriate. You can't have it. The only time you should be inappropriate, the word used by a man, is like you ever had to shit. You feel like you had to shit, but you just had to pee, and you're sitting down with your fucking dick tucked between your legs, feeling like a girl, and you're just looking around going,
Buffalo
I
Bill.
feel like a bitch. This is inappropriate. Other than that, you should be able to take, because we were talking about earlier, it's context. You gotta try a Christopher Reeve joke, even though it's just. I understand what you're saying, but I gotta stick up with Jimmy on this one, just because this is what we do, and it fell flat and it was awful.
But if you're gonna bomb, but it's not a joke. If you're gonna throw one out there, you gotta throw a good
it's
one.
a friend. Jimmy didn't know it was a friend. His.
I know. But hold on. What do you mean you had to throw out a good one? That wasn't a bad one off the cuff. It wasn't that vicious even. It was. I didn't realize he was a friend of yours, but it was like it wasn't that vicious. It was like.
Let's play some tape of some real vicious shit.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but it wasn't done.
Let's get vicious.
It was just done in the moment, and he was a very famous guy. I mean, it was,
I didn't mean that, asshole. Don't find it.
Look at this fucking asshole right here.
Hey, we're still waiting for.
He loves this. He's not
just got a
saying-
big smile.
Look at him. He's like the Godfather.
His hands are
You
together like.
fucking asshole.
Don
If we were
Opie.
talking about, like right now, going, hey, it takes 1 million years for the energy of the sun deep down to come out. Enough of this. As Jimmy's getting ready to get raped by Chris Jericho.
And I will rape him. I will sodomize him.
Opie's sitting there. Look at how his fingers are together.
Well.
Hey, Mr. Smithers.
Excellent. They've turned on each other. Let the animals tear each other apart.
You were talking about the nervous sip from the water glass. That says much more right there.
Yeah, it was an amazing moment. It really was.
Oh,
See?
it was genius.
Well,
That will make the best of show.
there's other things involved with that. That's what makes it amazing. So,
Like what?
Excellent. That's great. He's just fucking sitting there loving it.
it just whatever.
No,
What's the matter?
He's so
No, something I was going to bring up, which ties everything in. Your mom's a quadriplegic.
That's
so
right.
That's why he's a little sensitive.
How
to shit.
funny do you think you are now, motherfucker?
Wow.
Now you feel bad, don't you? I told you not to cross the line.
No, but I talk about suicide. My friends have committed suicide. It's like as a subject, you look at something like that. You don't ever want to, but that was something that obviously hit you hard for that reason. But you can't
That's
look at
why-
me like I'm being a dick on purpose because I'm not.
This is hits very close to home, obviously. So when
Okay.
you went there, I was like, wow, this is going to be interesting. That's all I'm saying.
Let me say,
Had you
my
said-
father's a quadriplegic too.
Well, he's
been dead for a few years.
Chris.
His limbs don't fucking work.
But that's funny. That's funny.
No, that's bullshit.
funny.
That's bullshit. You're mad
It's
at me.
not bullshit.
It
It's
is.
funny.
It was very funny.
No, but I'm not offended as a guy who had to live with it. I'm offended as a comedian. That was just a bad joke.
A third annual blink off was not fucking bad. Look at Anthony's killing. I respect his opinion.
And that's what made it weird, because I'm laughing because I thought that was funny.
It was funny.
It's just the third
So I got
annual blink
Patrice.
off. And what was funny about it, I'll tell you, it's the word blink.
And a blink off will never happen. And I got
It's
Patrice and
absurd.
Anthony to laugh at that. That's
Guys,
all it
listen,
was.
this conversation is just going nowhere for me.
I know.
You know, if you want me to continue to participate, we know the story now. Let's just move along and have some fun and talk about cocks and stuff.
Oh, shit. Oh, no, we've reached this point. Oh, my God.
Like, listen to the silence.
I will close this part of my... Had you said to me, look, this is my situation.
I
this is how
shouldn't
knew-
have to. There's certain things that just aren't funny.
See, okay, well then
To
you're-
me.
Well,
To
but
me.
again, I'm not a mind reader, so if you told me that, I would have certainly been
I
respectful.
said, don't cross the line. How much money? I said, don't say it. I can see your wheel spinning.
We were already in the middle of it. Had you set it up like that, I'm just telling you, it would have been different.
Yeah.
How much sugar in those muscle milks?
Zero.
My mother's diabetic, and so am I.
Zero.
Dude, I don't want that fucking sugar. It's
Man, your
it's
people are
weird.
listening to this show just getting burnt, like they're getting a buzzkill. They want to have some fun on this.
No, they're fucking, Chris, they're fucking vultures, man. Our audience are fucking vultures. Look at the smiling, grinning faces
He
on these
doesn't like me. I
cretins
know
out
he doesn't
there.
like me, and I know as a jock he wants to punch me. That's what they do. I get it.
No.
I get it.
I'm smart. I go and wire your car so when you get downstairs.
I don't have a car.
Do you have a car?
But
Yeah,
no,
okay.
just wire Club Soda Kenny. He's stupid. Wire him. Oh, good. All right, I got the approval of the crowd. All right.
I hope he punches you in the mouth so they get some type of meat to him. So they swell up like it's some Botox instead of those thin bird lips you have now.
You just never know what's going to happen.
Just punch him in places, punch him in his arm so it gets muscular.
But dude, I'm not mad at you anymore. I'm over it. But your feelings are hurt. I
You're
can
really
tell.
not. You're not a good psychologist. My feelings are not hurt. No,
But,
I'm not.
but you got a different look on your face now, though.
Well, Jimmy, I'm not going to be phony about it. It's
well,
like
don't be phony. Don't be defensive. Just move
Jimmy
on.
can hold
man.
a
It's
grudge
cool.
like Simon Wiesenthal.
I'm only irritated
It's a Dennis
that
Miller
he
joke.
said like
Simon Wiesenthal.
I was telling him I was being respectful. Like, had I known that situation, I would have been respectful of it. I really would have been for anybody. But what he said, but I told you not to, like, that's what's bugging me, is he's like, hey, I instructed you not to, and you should have known that.
And you should
on my
have just followed his
words.
instructions. He
That's
told
what
you. Now
bugs me.
fucking
So now
shut
you want
up.
to continue this? Now you're bugged now?
No, you're asking me
No,
why
I'm
am
telling
I
you we're
quiet?
over it, man. You want to continue arguing about it and disrupt the show? Because I'll argue all day if you want.
just said to me, I was done with it, and you just said to me, now my feelings are hurt, and I'm explaining that they're not hurt.
Okay, well then it's over. It's cool. Tell us some jokes. Give us some wacky material.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh, boy. Oh,
No, you see, you can't.
no.
You can't say that because I would almost take the beating to get the laugh I would get. See?
Oh, this is
killed.
It's nothing, but this is not uncomfortable.
No.
It's hilarious right now.
This
But
is
if
good radio.
But human beings, this is what I'm saying. Every human being should really enjoy this because this is as real as you. Can you
This
imagine
is reality radio.
It is so real right now, and it's like if this was on that shitty morning show or Julian and
Mike and
Sandy,
Juliet.
it's just like okay. That's how we ended up when it gets like okay.
Yeah, well, so... but look at Opie, leaning back, hands behind his head.
But my thing is, Jimmy, there's no reason to continue on with this.
You're continuing. I'm done.
I'm
with
not
it.
continuing
Sure
it.
you are. I'm done. You said to me my feelings were hurt. I was saying that you were wrong. They really weren't.
Okay,
That
then-
was why I had that, and
then
I
you
explained
win.
it. It was not
Okay.
a winning thing.
Okay, well, your feelings aren't hurt.
We're
You-
both
you
bothered
said
by
your part.
something. We move on.
But let's go. Yeah, there's no bothering anymore.
I'm done.
We're done. It's fun times. Good times.
I'm done.
Good days.
Good days.
Fun times.
I'm done.
Holy shit, man.
Wow! You just never know. Live radio, man.
It's compelling.
You gotta love it. It's like the 50s. It's like the old Hollywood, man. Dean Martin.
Fuck, it's only 10:34. Shit. I was hoping it would be 11.
That whole segment was like a minute.
And we can't move on. How does it happen?
What do we do?
This is the great thing. Is oh shit, here we go.
Oh, Paul.
What are
Just hold on. You gotta explain it, Patrice. The security guards just walked in the studio.
That's the way to Here's the great thing about this. This is
out
the
there.
journey that's going to be great. Is finding out how to move on
And out.
So,
Especially with the heavies behind us
now
now.
let me ask you a question. the raised ink on the bottom
cover,
of the book.
yes, it's red. It's raised. That's called. It's embossed.
Embossed.
It's
And
embossed.
that's a special kind of printing press.
Yes,
listen,
it is. It was invented in 1965 by Elmer Jones.
Bring Red Rum in. Red Rum's going to get naked to try to calm everyone down.
We did notice that nudity does solve the world's problem.
That breaks the ice.
We're going to attempt.
That does.
If there was nudity at peace conferences, at here we go.
Oh, she has double piercings. Actually, a triple piercing that we can see.
Is that
wow,
is that an
more than
explanation
that.
for a breast?
Well,
wow, there you go.
there we go.
And that was just on command.
Yeah.
The power of O&A. Just
Little
come in,
nudity.
get naked.
Well, you have recovered beautifully, by the way, from having a baby. You look fantastic.
Oh, she just had a kid?
Yes.
That's good to throw that in to really sexy it up, Jim.
No, but I'm saying I'm complimenting her. She looks beautiful.
Now you see,
What's with this guy?
What's the matter, Jim? What's bring up that she has a baby? We're all looking at her real nice. You got to bring up that she's got a baby.
Because everybody knows she does.
What the fuck is happening with you? Now your fucking feelings are hurt.
Why are you on my case today, man?
She looks good.
What is going on?
I can't even be nice in confidence.
What is fucking going on
I'm
with you?
telling her that she looks very sexy. Everybody knows she had a baby, so I'm saying
We didn't
she looks,
know.
Well, you didn't know, but she knows.
Yeah,
and he knows. And
Now you know, and I know, and everybody knows.
McGarity knows it. And the thing is, when a woman has a baby, nothing. Every woman is self-conscious about her body, and I'm telling her she looks fantastic. And I told her that before.
Sociopathically, on a sociopathic level, focused, and he is like this, a nasty little man. He will not stop. What's it gonna take?
I'm not in a nasty mood.
You gotta
the
go.
Cobra clutch.
Did I not? Did I not tell you before that you look good?
But you're using her awful after birth titties to make a point.
Jesus.
To make a point about the situation.
And I don't like.
We know what you're doing.
I don't like what he just did, which is use this excuse to get that mean titty joke in. Who do you think you're bullshitting?
He just
I
worked.
didn't know she had a baby.
He just
I
worked
thought they
you.
were awful titties alone.
He just claimed you. He set you up.
He used us.
He set you up.
You used us to get a mean
I
titty
feel
joke
like we're
out.
minutes away from a Royal Rumble.
Call more security. Help us.
Yeah, you know what?
We don't need security.
Don't
We-
insult
I
Chris
hear
Jericho.
Jimmy
Hold on,
Norton
hold on.
got his feelings hurt. Is that what happened?
Don't insult Chris Jericho. Leave the studio,
Yes, please.
Master
There's
Paul.
everybody. There's no. That's
What the
silly.
fuck? That's kind of an insult, to be quite honest.
Oh, that the security
Chris,
came in?
he was only
Chris
doing-
Jericho's
Is that
a
why he came in?
professional.
He was thinking that
come
Jericho
on,
was
man.
getting, first of all, I'd be in big trouble before Poe got there, but it was not
Dude,
necessary.
come on.
Chris Jericho's
come
a professional,
on, guys.
and he
he's
knows
rich.
that the lawsuits.
Believe me, I have no dignity problem saying that I would be
cameras on
fucking.
him.
I
There's
would
cameras
sue
too,
him in
Chris.
a second.
Oh, would that be great on? How funny would that be on YouTube? Just you pounding Jimmy in the face.
And just him suing Chris Jericho.
They do it in slow motion 20 times. It would look like when Smith got hit in the Matrix. Your cheek would just go in.
Tell your jokes now, funny boy.
Norton National Wrestling is the NNW, as he owns everything. He sues Chris Jericho.
That's why the security came in. I just figured that out.
Thank you,
Holy
Chris.
smokes.
No, I don't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out. You're fired. Thanks to you.
This is because we used to do on Tough Crowd. We would get into these. We all would do it.
I watched it.
We would just be like, "You and have this quiet, you cocksucker. Did you just, And then it's like, all right, I'm gonna fucking do this to you, and then I'm gonna do this to. It's just uncomfortable. It's just that's what we do. It's just uncomfortable. It's just I want it to continue, and it's just after a while it just gets old. But you just want to just have this go on and on.
This is a memorable
and have
show.
logic
Of course.
And what's wrong with Red Rum's tits?
They look like.
Oh no.
I think she looks great, man. For real.
They look fine. I'd fuck them. I mean, it's not like I'm just saying. She's
mad.
Yeah.
Hey, look.
And the guy
got a feeling.
and the crowd is getting mad that everyone's turning
And
on
the
us.
psycho she's married to is going to be angry.
Opie is
Oh, he's
funny.
a psycho?
Oh,
Let me
he
see.
certainly
Where's
is.
that? Which one? This guy?
That guy's insane.
Oh, he just looks crazy.
Look at the size of that guy.
He looks like the guy that beat up
I
fucking
think she's
Linderman.
hot.
And he don't look like he got enough money to sue.
That's your
Mike.
Mike.
Here's the thing. This is the thing. Now, here's where I think it's unfair in life for this. It's like, okay, I don't want to know all the context before. Meaning, I don't want to know the whole story before I make a titty joke. And I don't want to hit the whole story. You don't have to hear the whole fucking story till you go, I'm going to try to make this funny. So she pulls out her little tits, and they just look like little scared things, and I gotta comment on them. Without having to fucking go, I have to now be a man with whatever. If my girl pulled out she had stretch marks on her ass, you know what I mean, and come back and goes, Jesus, ass looks like a road map. I don't want her to go, look at my big nigger boyfriend who's going to fight you. I don't want to deal with that.
If that's what he'd be thinking.
I am focused on the titties. I'm not getting into, oh, sorry, now I have to go deeper into your past. Like, my family, I come from a family of baggy little titties.
A couple minutes ago, we were talking about holding
and then I got to hear his story. But you know how many niggas I killed? I don't want to hear
what
that
happened
shit.
to our fun show?
It's still fun.
It's still fun, Chris.
You know the best thing is, Opie,
really
earlier you were saying sometimes it's a grind. Like, this show, you will remember this show.
This isn't a grind today. No.
This show will be remembered.
Nothing personal.
Well, that's what happens with comedy, though. It's okay until like a joke hits too close to home. We talk about that on the show all the time. There's things that, we joke about that personally I don't like, but I sit here in silence and deal.
That's comedy.
I learned this in college. This is all I learned in college.
Yeah, that is
good is good if it's good for me.
That's
everybody's upset with what affects them.
That is exactly. That is the general definition of comedy right there. You're fine with stuff until it hits too close to home.
Right.
Shit, my mother can lose all her feet. But you think I don't fuck around with diabetic?
Well,
dude, it's just is what it is.
Yeah, I think you're a rare.
You're a rare human.
Yeah. Not for a comic, he's not, though. I mean, as a comic, that's the way comedians think.
Nothing personal, Precious. You don't have to have your murderous husband murder me. Look at me. I shaved all my hair off and I'm going to kill you. Don't forget.
I want to know.
It's nothing personal, Precious.
Why no?
You could have been spectacular naked.
Hold on. Why no panties, though?
I never wear underwear.
It's freezing out today,
but how come you how come you came in and got naked on cue? Is this something? Do you do this quite often? Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay.
On Pal Talk.
Perfect. So she's in case of uncomfortable situation, break glass. She comes in and gets naked, and everybody's cool again.
Dude. See what I'm saying? Dude, come on. Dude. Like that's the thing. Like, how would it's impossible to figure out. She comes in and will strip naked in front of people she don't know. But there is a psychopath with her to guard her against certain things.
Rape.
But not the idea. Right, rape, but not. But you can't. It's impossible. You can't do it. You can't fucking do it. That's why everything is on. You can joke about every fucking thing. Everything. And then you deal with the consequences later. And motherfuckers don't deal with consequences in terms of being funny. Dude, I got kicked in the mouth, chased home with knives for being funny and go, shit, I'm going to be funny tomorrow. Motherfucker couldn't stab funny out of me.
You sure that was for being funny?
Or trying to be.
After I dropped that blonde girl off. I told the joke and her father chased me. No, that wasn't it.
It's just you have to go for it, baby. You got to. And Chris, this is not uncomfortable. It really ain't. This is a new thing.
This is the new thing.
And you was a heel for so long.
Dude, I'm cool with it. I'm just discussing her breasts. That's what I was just curious about.
Right. And
the breasts are out. Those are fun.
But
They're fun.
I like them.
See, now I want to get into a wrestling match with
those
Chris.
breasts aren't fun.
In what game?
They're fun. They're perky. They're bouncy. They got
there has
nipple
to be a
rings.
Context to
they got nipple rings in them. That's cool.
And the context is this: I would, in a minute. But you just, if it was my girl, I would just go, hey, what's going on? They're just, because I got.
But you just said good.
Yeah,
you just said good is good if it's good for me.
Yes,
that's what it is.
That's good for me.
Look
it's
at
good.
Patrice's hands.
Really?
Yes, I like it.
Yeah, my hands are different. I would have to I would have to squeeze those and suck them through the fist to have fun.
Oh my God. He's surprised he came out with that one.
And it's not even on her. It's just.
But the thing is, too, if she's going to come in and get naked, you have to deal with the consequences. People are going to make comments. So, I mean, it's not an insult. You're commenting.
She understands that.
I'm not insulted.
Sure she does. She understands that.
What do you think of your breasts?
I don't like them.
Well, I do like them. I like little A cups.
They're getting bigger this year.
And that's smart, and get him just to fill in the
big
space.
ball guy, he promised me boobies. So.
Yeah, he should get them.
After today, he's going to feel so bad. He's going to definitely
Don't go too big though.
I know I can't.
Just fill in the space. Yeah. That's all you do. Whatever that. You know what I'm saying? Don't just fill in.
Squeeze him in his face.
Like a balloon.
Like a water balloon.
You are awful, man. You are just an awful man.
That was a good one. Yeah, that was a doozy.
That was a good one.
Want to play Prime Wrestling Fan?
Yeah.
Good.
There we go.
Good segue.
That's
why
nice.
you run the show.
That's what we were going to do before break. Or
That's
just
right. Yeah,
after
we've been
break.
waiting for that.
Oh, it's how it turns. It was just a love fest, and then
instantly. Now we're trying to repair the damage.
Let's all join together in laughing at somebody retarded.
Let's see where this goes.
Because I'm sure that this gentleman you will hear from is not of sound mental state.
It's a famous clip. Do you know this clip, Chris?
I'm not sure. I don't know. Were we looking over here? Or
Yeah, here we go.
This
Let's
guy.
play this.
On E-Bomb's World.
Let's get the sound.
Go.
Please.
For the love of God, just play something.
Where's the sound?
play it.
I just want to thank each and every one of y'all for all you've done to your bodies. It's still real to me, damn it. I mean, thank you.
Easy, man.
Thank y'all guys. You're awesome. Thank you so much, Mr. Funk, for saying what needed to be said. I don't want to see another one of these.
That's not real.
Oh,
You've never seen that?
No.
That's
real.
He's a little upset about the whole
That's like the Britney guy. Britney, why?
Yeah.
This
oh
guy
my gosh,
he's a little upset.
But of course, he's right in the South. Has that? So this ain't real blood. It's the same type of attitude.
Needs to be said. Thank you so much.
I don't know what he was so upset about. He's
there you go.
Who are the wrestlers?
It's Jim Cornette in the middle. Looks like Terry Funk. Bobby Eaton.
Wow.
Sam's
nodding his head in agreement. Yes. Chris Jericho's right. He's correct.
Yes.
Thank you.
You that's for your home personal use, isn't it?
What?
What you're videotaping.
Well, there'll be like a few clips.
Are you going to invite your little friends over for like a WrestleMania? And then go, by the way, before WrestleMania, I just want to show you a few of my home movies. You might enjoy Chris Jericho. Here, and then you'll play that, and your friends will be like, "Wow, you're neato."
No, I'm not 8.
The rusty. What did you call him, Patrice? The rusty-haired. What did you say?
Rusty-headed white little Negro. Rusty-headed little Negro.
Poor Sam.
Sam was related to Thomas Jefferson, and it's true. He looked up his genealogy.
Wow.
And we all know Thomas Jefferson did partake in a little. Kind of went out into the.
You sure it wasn't George Jefferson?
Sherman Hemsley fucked his mom in the back of the
So that's funny.
No, that didn't happen.
Oh, okay. We were waiting for an answer.
Do you want to ask Chris Jericho a question?
Wow, yeah.
Yeah. How does it make you feel good to know that after being gone for 2 years, that there's this much hype about just a possible comeback, that knowing that you still have?
It wouldn't make anyone feel good to know that they're wanted or appreciated in what they do.
I hate it.
Oh.
You're fired. You're fired from the Than and Sam show. For such a stupid question. Go ahead, ask him another question. Ask him another stupid question.
What kind of ambiguous question was that? That question.
It was, first of all, it started as a yes or no question. Do you think it's like yes or no?
What
no matter what.
Fucking shitty question.
And then as you went into it, you took no out of the mix. All he could say was yes.
Ask him how big he's packing. Something interesting like wow.
Try again, Sam.
That's interesting.
Try again.
Yeah.
Okay, try something else.
All right.
Who has the biggest monster in the business in terms of you just go, what the fuck?
There's a guy called Too Cold Scorpio.
2 cold Scorpios packing the monster wood?
Radiator hose.
That's fucking figures.
Ridiculous.
That's fucking figures.
Ridiculous.
Why,
And there
who
was
is
a,
He just is a funny-looking black dude, and funny-looking black dudes just got a monster wood, man. Baby arm.
Played like a 70s
baby's
pimp
arm
for a
holding an
while.
apple.
Holy shit. 2 cold fucking score. That's
Yeah.
why he did that move where he flipped. Because
Yeah.
he just would have something
just would
protecting him. Right and right on his balls. Blow!
Yeah, the momentum from the unit take him right over. Exactly.
That's all right. My balls get me from dying, nigga.
Go ahead, Sam.
When I was a child, I saw something. Go ahead.
Last week, would you ever allow Ralphus to return?
Ralphus was my weird sidekick guy that he used to drive the truck around, drive the lights, and he had like no front teeth and had these spike incisors that stuck out of the side of his teeth like punji sticks from Vietnam. And I dressed him in a half shirt that said Jericho Personal Security, and he was just this weird guy that used to just come to the ring with me as kind of a funny thing.
You still alive? Still
I don't
around?
know where he is, man. He got weird. He was like just a truck driver. The next thing you know, like the girls were talking to him and people were chanting for him. I'd be getting like really big heat with the crowd, like, you know, you suck, and then turn around and people be cheering because Ralph was on the other side, like waving at the crowd. And I said, you can't wave at the crowd. We're bad guys, but these guys they're nice people. They're cheering for me. They're very friendly. You hate them. No, they're really nice. This guy just didn't get it. So I don't really know what happened to him, but he was literally a truck driver one week. The next week he was on TV and everyone was chanting his name. And I really don't think he really understood what was going on. Like, he was banging broads in his truck outside of the arena. He would be taking flowers from girls like at ringside. Like, people just went nuts for him.
Time of his life.
Exactly. Now he's wondering, I don't know what happened. It was fun, but I don't know what happened now.
So I guess the answer is no.
No.
Another
Jeez, man,
yes.
you had to make some interesting out of that.
Exactly. I'm doing the best I can.
Why don't you ask him what hair care products he uses?
2
Because his hair
hours.
looks lovely.
2 hours we've been here, and that's the best you got. Give me something better, man.
Not even 2 hours we've been here. You're a fucking wrestling fan.
Yeah.
Years. All the stuff that's went down today, fun stuff, heavy stuff, everything in between, and you ask me, do you like your fans?
If I had asked Patrice's penis question, I would have been considered a gay guy.
You just can't win, sorry, Sam.
No, I don't know what
Fan.
Thank you for your question, Sam. I appreciate it.
Sam. Just ask a goddamn question that somebody wants to goddamn hear. Like, if they were here, you ask a question for them to do.
After your question, 5 people turned up their radios to get the answer.
That's 5 people, though. That's pretty
Yeah,
good.
it's wonderful. We're talking to 1 million.
Nothing.
Let's go. Give him another one.
Last chance.
If he's not your favorite wrestler, ask him something interesting about your favorite wrestler that you want to know about.
Well, he is one of my favorite wrestlers.
So then ask him a favorite wrestler question.
How about,
Not a
Sam,
fucking,
man.
not a newborn infant question. It's like a 3-year-old. Mr. Jericho. He has to be fake with you right now. You're making him sick.
am I making you sick?
He's not going to say that because he knows that he's a good guy.
You ask me anything you want, bro.
what I'm
Here's your
saying?
last question.
See,
And
but-
Patrice is right, by the way.
Think about this, Sam. Think that a lot of wrestling message boards, no matter what we do, if we mention wrestling, the boards get slammed. Now, of course, with everything that's been said and stuff today, there's going to be a lot of information on Chris Jericho on the message boards. You have the opportunity now to ask him a question that's going to end up on all these boards. You'll be kind of like a wrestling board celebrity.
Oh, wow.
But it's got to be a good question.
Yeah.
Why is that a pressure question? I don't understand. What the hell is the matter with you?
Did you feel slighted when you were kind of pushed out of the main event scene towards the end? I mean, right at the end you were banging on the main event.
Wow. Horrible, so horrible.
Wow.
When you were pushed into middle cards, how did it make your life feel shit?
Yikes.
That's what he was saving up for.
Wow. I'm saying I thought that you should have been the main event.
When you're on the road to has-beendom, was it really rough to...
Next stop's the real life.
And it's just the same question he asked, except for now it's uncomfortable. Like,
Yeah.
Okay, hey, do you enjoy when you do the moonsaw? Yes, I do. Do you enjoy when you would bump down to middle card and wrestling right before the guy who dressed as the Green Lantern?
Do you like cake?
How do you feel to wrestle? How do you feel to wrestle without the TV cameras on?
When they bump walked
be
you
in the
back
high
down the
school
street.
gymnasium.
How did it feel to wrestle on the Allentown wrestling tour?
When you went from main eventer to jobber before the cameras came out.
The guy just like a Green Lantern.
Oh, shit.
When you started being Gangrel's
Did it bother you when all...
tag team partner.
Did it bother you?
Oh, God, did he stop?
when they made you put in vampire teeth with Gangrel.
Here's a literal Vince story. You're talking about Vince firing people. Here's a Vince story. Gangrel was a vampire guy, for people that don't know, and he had one of the coolest ring entrances. Right, he would come up from the bottom, fire, and he looked cool.
Had something, that
but
guy.
just wrestling wise, it just wasn't there. But he wore a shirt. And they kind of didn't know about it anyways. And he was wrestling, and he took a bump. And when he took a bump, his shirt came up. And I was sitting right by Vince. Vince was watching the show. And this big roll of flab came out of the shirt. And Vince looked at it and went, ugh. The next week,
Fired! You want to eat like a pig? You can live with them! You're fired! That's right! Pack your stuff and get out! You and your fat roll! Leave! Just picture that. That's disgusting. You want to represent me? Get out!
I can't believe what a fucking mediocre nobody Sam is right now. Just nothing.
Stinking up the joint with these fucking questions.
Nothing.
He's had time to think.
All right, here we go. Let's go.
Here we go.
Just picture all the websites that are going to have this question.
And then
today.
Sam asked.
This
This is
gonna be
great.
on all the
It's great
wrestling
for you.
sites. Let's go.
What was politically? What was it like between the differences between the WCW locker room and the WWE locker room?
That's not a bad question. That's not a bad question at all.
That is a
See,
good
there you go.
question.
After 5 tries, you got one.
That's a good question. That was a good question.
WCW was very strange. It was very much a hierarchy. Wherever you came in is where you stayed, like an Indian caste system or something along those lines. So all the guys like the Hogan and those guys, they were kind of running the show. And guys like myself, even though we were working hard and people were into it, didn't ever really get any care or respect from the office. And that's the reason why I was able to kind of get over a little bit, because nobody cared what I said. I like, can I go say a promo for 30 seconds? Yes, you can. I'd go to the ring, say a promo, say a bunch of bullshit. People would like it. But no one was paying any attention to me because I was just lowly Chris Jericho. So the politics, it's almost like they had everything but really squandered it. It was like a millionaire who spends all his money on hookers and blow and then says, I didn't put any away for the future. That was WCW. When I went to WWE, it was a whole new world. Everybody had an angle. Everyone had respect. Vince McMahon knows the name of the popcorn vendor all the way up to the world champion. Eric Bischoff never really said anything and would kind of really be sequestered off with his guys. And it was a real, like, high school. Everybody sat with themselves.
Is
It was
Bischoff
strange.
still there?
In WWE, no, he's not. No, I don't think he's there anymore. He's gone, yeah. He's gone.
And let me ask you, is Coach and all these guys that are being put over as like GMs and da-da-da, is there any of them that actually make matches or like Teddy Long, anything, or it's just all?
No, that's all show.
It's all show?
Yeah, it's all show. And you should know that, Patrice.
I know that, but they do. Like Jim Ross, when I was there, Jim Ross was big boy. Like Jim Ross was like,
he was the head of talent relations.
he was big boy. He was a big boy, but all he was on tape was the guy with
announcer
the
or whatever,
he was like
right,
doing his thing.
exactly.
And
Oh my God, King! Amazing.
that's what he. But he was a
My
he
dog.
was a big-
My dog.
I tell you, a guy that was an asshole when I was there, treated me like shit. Was the other big boy? It was Vince, and there was another motherfucker who was really the man.
Dog the Bounty Hunter?
And he looked at Vince when I was on the plane and went, what the fuck is this nigga doing on the plane? Don't let him on the plane. I like saying nigga.
Who was it?
Was it Kevin
Done.
Kevin Dunn.
Kevin Dunn.
God, he treated me like dog shit, Kevin Dunn.
Well, he's the executive producer of all the shows. So if he was treating you like shit, you don't have long to last
It was
there.
just awful.
Yeah,
he looked me up and he wouldn't even speak to me. I'm like, Jesus, I'm right next to Vince.
Yeah, he's big time.
All right,
He's big time.
good job for...
That was good. He finally got it. Yeah, he got it.
Should we do line of the day and get the hell out of here or what?
That sounds like a plan.
Sounds good. We were still trying to recover from the atrocities.
I think we made a full recovery.
We did. We're doing good.
I think so.
Yeah, we're doing good. It's all good.
I think we're okay.
Patrice just laughing his ass off.
Are you guys gonna,
This is crazy, man.
you guys going to agree to disagree? Is that what it comes down to?
No, we're friends.
Agree to
We're
disagree.
fine.
What does that even mean? Agree to disagree?
It's a bit we do on the show, Patrice. Of course it means nothing. That's the point of the whole fucking thing. We just hate when people say that, so now we do it on our show.
Look at how they usher the audience out.
Disagree.
The audience is leaving in protest.
They usher them out so we don't have to sit here and take pictures with all of them.
Yeah. Ask questions and they can take sides on our arguments.
Oh, shit.
No, we just don't want them to see the bloodshed. No
They
witnesses.
won't see me exit. They'll just see like one of my shoes and my bloody sweat jacket. Take it out.
The best part that security was sent in. That's
Yeah, it wasn't necessary.
It's like, come on.
It wasn't necessary.
Who makes that call? Do you have a red button underneath?
messed
the
up.
No, it was a
you?
personal judgment call.
No, believe me,
who fucking did that?
Poe would hear that and
No,
go,
I don't
I
call
actually told Poe not to come in here, and he
Paul
said,
was
no, I'm going to come
Paul
in
was
here.
doing his job.
Absolutely.
That was unnecessary.
Guarantee that was just Paul coming in to make sure.
But that's great, though. I mean, now we can say, remember that time when the security came in? It was so
Paul was
crazy.
trying to protect me. He didn't know if Chris is just going to smash me.
Oh,
so he
come
had to
on,
be-
man. We're professionals,
I'm
right?
saying that that's what his job is.
Chris, when you
is a
take
pro.
that? When you take
I don't
this?
think he'd punch you.
I'm not saying he would, but
How would you want? That's. Oh, and I thought that was Chris Jericho right there. I'm sorry about that.
You're making
It's not a joke on you. It's a joke on
You trying to fucking make a situation, motherfucker.
Not him.
You think he looks like Ellen DeGeneres?
you're saying I'm making
was
it.
a joke.
It's a joke on
I don't
Ellen.
have to say if you're saying I look like Ellen. The joke is a joke on him.
Patrice just said you look like Ellen DeGeneres.
Did he just say I look like Ellen DeGeneres? Is that what he just said?
He fucking did. He goes, when did you take this? We all looked up and there's Ellen DeGeneres.
Dude, if we were watching King Kong and someone said, look, it's Patrice, you'd go, oh, that's the joke on King Kong. I'm just trying to give a context we can all appreciate.
I apologize. I meant to. Right. Very fair.
That's what I'm
That
just
was
trying to be.
What were you
Trying to be
getting
loud.
at, though? Was that it?
He said I'm skinny. He said,
You dance, you're a lesbian?
But no, earlier he said I look like I was from a concentration camp.
I can't hear you.
It would have been me going, hey, Ellen. But going to Ellen. Hey, listen, are you coming back to wrestling with that 2-2 thing? But I couldn't say anything to her, so it was like I was saying that to her, but he was. Ugh.
Yeah. I'm so lost.
So I have to. That makes sense.
Yeah. And I see your
He
side.
compared Jericho to Ellen, but he's saying that the punchline was Ellen, not Chris.
If Ellen was sitting here and Chris was on TV and you go, hey, look, then it would have worked.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's where it went, yes.
But then we also wouldn't have had that earlier situation if it was Ellen.
It would have been different. It would have been a lesbian.
I've
thing.
completely forgotten.
It would have
Yes,
been a lesbian
Jimmy
thing.
would have blurted out some insensitive lesbian joke.
Of course.
and she'd have kicked his ass.
All right.
Damn it. Boy, this has just been
This is the Wild West. It has, hasn't it?
It's just been
It
a
has.
lesson.
We've run the gamut.
Take your fucking hat and go to the Cotton Club, you motherfucker.
I know.
He's just like the American Gangster dude.
Yes. The bitch around and
We're not leaving until we see that Brother Joseph has proper medical attention.
I'm going somewhere and get a cockaline right now, baby. Rob.
That's an amazing hat.
It's got a feather in it.
It works. All right, Patrice. We learned today that Chris Jericho is coming back to the WWE. Let's not forget that.
And
ooh, he did not deny that.
well, I mean, at this point, what's the
Wrestling
point?
sites have
What's the
fun.
point? Exactly.
What's the point? Yeah, he's like, why bother?
So it's a yes?
Well, you know, I got a book tour for the next month, and after that, we'll see what happens.
We just beat him down.
That's gonna, you know something?
At this point, he's like, oh, fuck it all.
That right there is gonna scoop your great questions
But the
on the
thing-
wrestling websites.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone's gonna know, but that's the speculation that's going on. So, and I never denied or confirmed anything. So,
Usually means it's true, by the way.
well, you know, yeah.
Alliance, do you know to get my truck? Sorry.
Let's make it perfectly clear. Chris Jericho's book is A Lion's Tale Around the World in Spandex. Getting great reviews from someone I respect a lot as far as writing goes, Mick Foley. He's written some great books over the years, and he writes thoughtful, thorough, and laugh out loud funny. Jericho's book is a winner. And he was kind of scared that your book was funnier than his.
Well, like I said, that's the idea. Hopefully, we'll get that. You know, come on down to where am I at? Borders.
100 Broadway in Manhattan at 12:30. You'll be there signing copies.
Come on down and insult me. It's Insult Jericho Day.
Wow.
Are you coming back, ever?
Jimmy's going to be dropping in for that one.
To hear, guys, this is fun stuff.
Yeah, it is.
I have no problems.
I had a great time.
you know, sometimes you get into deep discussions. This is what we do. You know what I mean? Jimmy, I mean, talk, brother. Come on. We had a deep discussion today. Everyone has opinions.
Yes.
There's no lasting
No,
things.
no, not at all.
It's like having a beer talking about the Mets or the Knicks or the Mets and the Knicks. Do you like basketball or baseball?
Basketball players playing baseball.
It's perfect. Sounds like an idea.
Yes, and I'll be in Queensbury tonight at the Saratoga Comedy Club. In that shithouse Sweet Basil restaurant, so come see me there.
And hopefully,
that's enticing.
Hopefully you'll be funny.
Shithouse.
Hopefully you'll be funny.
Let's hope so. It'll be a first. But if you can make it, come on, be up there. Saturday early show sold out, so try the other three.
Wow,
And Patrice's Stress Factory, 732-545 ha tonight and tomorrow night. 2 shows tonight with that revolting phone number, and 2 shows tomorrow night. The great Patrice O'Neal.
Thank you.
And of course, Chris is doing his book signing today at Borders 100 Broadway,
Manhattan.
and there's going to be a line, so get there early.
You do Best Week Ever still?
Not Best Week Ever, but we just filmed I Love the New Millennium. And even though it's only 2007, they're already doing that. So.
Okay.
I want to thank Quick from Harlem Nights also.
I am going to wear this hat, man. I knew it, but it's going to happen. I'm just going to wear my goddamn hat.
No, we learned when you wore that fucking Pink Panther shirt, and we didn't give you any shit about it.
Right now, Oscar Madison's head is cold.
This guy came in with a Pink Panther T-shirt one day.
And we didn't give him one fucking word about it. Not one word.
We let him slide for whatever reason.
Y'all some sneaky bastards. You know a lot of little, Quick from... That is a fucking amazing reference.
You know
right
something?
there.
I wish I could sit here and take credit for that. But then there's the bell. It starts the third round. I wish I could take credit for that, but that was handed to me by... Danny.
Danny did.
Who came up with it? Was it Danny?
Danny.
Yes.
All right.
Danny Googled blacks and hats.
See, that's good. That's funny. That's the true comedy.
These fucking two.
These two.
We're going to the club
Chris
after.
is a goddamn troublemaker too.
Yes, of course he is.
thinks he's slick because he's smarter than probably 98% of all the wrestlers. They don't know when he's being an asshole. But the thing he knows that's jabbing him is his validation of each joke.
Yes.
Now that was good.
And then I'll say something.
Chris is fully aware of what he's doing.
You are.
See, now I'll
For the people out there, this thing is still going on. You just got to listen very closely.
We'll have to bring the rematch back.
You got to hear the little jabs that have been going back and forth for the last 40 minutes.
I'll say something.
The great Khali doesn't know when he's doing that to him. That's
Jimmy, don't let Patrice stir you up, man.
No, Patrice is right. Of course I'm not stupid. Like, you think I don't know? Like, gee whiz, thanks a lot. He liked that one. Fucking 40 years old.
He just did the ball thing.
Let it be said that Tim's been jabbing back too. You just got to listen really closely.
But of course, I know that that's just what it is. So then if I'm like kind of shitty about something, he'll go, "What? We let it go."
You know what he is?
He's passive. He's a passive aggressive monster.
Yes. He's a passive aggressive monster. Passive aggressive. In his ass!
I almost made it out the door without you figuring it out on air.
I liked this.
No, we were fully aware. We just wanted it to play out because it was fun to listen to.
At one point, Chris went, "Now that's funny," and Jimmy goes, "Yeah, thanks," and makes the face like, but it sounded like a thank you. But if you looked at the face, it was just like, "Yeah, thank you."
You can't be able to fight and be smarmy. You can't be a smarmy ass and beat somebody up at the same time. You have to just...
That's like telling somebody...
What an asshole!
And you love it, don't you? You love it. But that's why Chris Jericho's shit is great. I love when he used to do all that stuff during his matches and all that crap.
But that's the equivalent of telling somebody the truth.
Genius,
telling somebody the awful truth. Like if somebody has an ugly girlfriend and go, "Hey, your girlfriend's a pig," and then winking him and poking him in the stomach. I gotcha. Just kidding, pal.
Good
Just
call,
kidding.
man. That's right.
Just kidding.
That's very good.
Between us, you know.
I was just sitting there going, "Why is he?" And I go, "Oh my God, Jericho's a goddamn troublemaker." I was feeling bad for a second, like,
No, he absolutely
is.
is.
An asshole, man. That's hilarious.
He knows.
Goddamn
Manipulation
good one. You
is my
got
game.
me. Holy shit.
He's been doing that his whole career.
God, I know
that's what we
wrestlers.
do.
I know wrestlers hated you. It's only like 3 that liked you. I already know.
Yeah.
I just
No,
know.
yeah.
Son of a bitch.
I'm going to pee my pants. Do we have to do line of the day or what should we?
Oh, that's funny.
All right, BowDogFantasy.net brings you line of the day. It's for fantasy football fans everywhere. BowDogFantasy.net. Check it out for yourself if you play some of that fantasy football. BowDogFantasy.net. Here's a runner-up line of the day.
Hart said that his client is not a racist and vowed never to use the word again. Well, How is he going to go through life without saying again?
That's good. Did you just say that's good?
No.
Thanks.
That's funny, guys.
Dear diary.
Yes, you do. Gold star for Dear Diary.
You know what? I want to.
You guys should do more humor like that.
That's nice.
I want to hang out with Chris Jericho more, man. He's right down my alley there.
He's funny, but I didn't realize he was that funny. I didn't
Right on.
just
All right,
now
here-
realize that. God damn it.
Here's another runner-up line of the day.
Good is good if it's good for me.
Yes.
That's what it is.
That's good for me.
Look
It's
at
good.
Patrice's hands.
Yes, I like it.
Yeah, my
I like
hands are
her.
different. I would have to kind of... I would have to squeeze those and suck them through the fist.
Jesus. Fucking.
That was a good one, man. Now that was a good line.
That was funny.
Oh, if you adopt that is going to be the worst too. That's worse than a car crash to go.
I wasn't.
That was a good one.
I wasn't feeling your nigger shit, but that was good.
Holy shit! Oh, the fuck is that? God,
It all comes crashing down.
unbelievable.
I haven't heard a lot of your stuff, Patrice, but that was really funny.
I'm not a fan or anything.
You should do more of that right there.
Do a lot more of
That's a good
Do
one.
a lot more of that right
All
there.
right, hey, here's another runner-up line of the day.
I'll be playing Poe's Revenge. It's set on a video game of F.H. Riley's.
No, in the parking lot.
Oh, yes.
I want to make it very clear.
But you have to walk through the establishment first.
We don't
It's part of the
condone that
game.
activity at that fine restaurant.
And you go out back.
Poe's revenge is he ties you to a stake and then talks to you. Oh shit! Swim walk.
Is this bad? I just texted Poe to get my car and face it west. I said, make sure it's facing west. Do you think that's gonna be a problem?
Yeah, he's got his stupid finger up in the air.
Poe, where is it? It's in the Parker Meridian lobby.
Is Chris texting wrestling friends
Yeah,
here?
I have. No, my wife just called me because I haven't called her all morning. She's
What'd she
probably
call
one of
you?
those. She called me an idiot.
It's just gonna
She called me not funny.
All right, here we go. Another runner-up line of the day. Just so you know a little more, WWE sent him a real belt,
A
for his
champion
birthday.
belt, yeah.
The real one.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
With the spinning thing and
Because
everything.
he's such a huge fan.
Are you sick or
talking about That's a great line.
That's all right.
Now that one's good.
No, I don't like it. That plays off of sick children because that is what they send sick kids. Honestly,
they're still going out.
but I'm not. I'm saying the truth. What is he sick? They send sick kids shit.
Oh shit!
They really do. That's a play off sick children.
Can I say to you,
I believe it.
I can't fucking.
I got the line of the day. No, the problem is that I got the line of the day and I'm not even a comedian.
It's not line of the day.
holy shit! Can I show you the face? I know it's radio.
Yeah, play it out
But
for
he
everybody.
would not. When that happened, when Norton just did that, Chris's face went down as to go. How it went like a computer to go. How am I going to get him back? He is competitive.
Of course.
He is awful.
Dude, you should be like that. You're actually right. That's what I was thinking.
He just went. All right, good one, motherfucker.
But I can't say that.
Come back. Holy shit! This was one of my favorite fucking radio shows of all time. I found out Chris Jericho is just horrendous, and Norton is just pure. His whole body is a heart. I know he's shaped like a inside of a body, like an organ. He's shaped like a liver, but he's all heart.
This is better than the main event at WrestleMania.
Oh, yeah.
This has been going on for the last hour. The little jabs ever since the moment.
Well, the main event at WrestleMania, but not his main event because he's on the middle cards, right, Sam?
Remember Sam?
No.
Yeah, that's right.
Fucking dress sock eyebrow.
I worked in a battle royal on WrestleMania once.
Sam wanted to ask this question: is it true that you had to write a book because the WWE doesn't care about you anymore and you needed something to do?
You motherfucker! What is this?
And by the way, there's fucking Opie's beauty. I want to say something awful, so I'll pretend so-and-so wanted to say it.
We are learning the rules of comedy.
And look at Anthony's looking at him like, hey, cunt face. Wait a minute. I did not. Anthony's not looking at him like that. This is the meanest show I've been on.
Pretty much,
This really is mean.
You're pretty much watching a show just unravel in front of your eyes.
This is so mean.
A show we've built up for years is coming apart today.
Jimmy's fucking pegged that right on the head too. Using somebody else.
Well, because I think Jimmy's been waiting to get back at me because I kind of like jumped in on the Jericho thing earlier.
No.
I think he's been waiting to give me a
I just
slam.
noticed it. No, I just noticed it.
Jimmy has been pretending to be him since that happened. He's been a doppelganger of Jimmy. Like he has went into another place.
Oh my
but
God.
Chris is still there. Also, but he's more political. Jimmy's just his little eyes with no eyelids are just open, and Chris is like, I want to get this little piece of garbage.
All right, we got to get Jericho out of here. A Lion's Tale around the world in spandex. But here's your line of the day. Thank you, BodogFantasy.net. Here. Let's see who has balls on staff.
Shit. Duck and cover.
And then you got, in second place, manliest video games ever, according to Arthur'sPaul.com. Mike Tyson's Punch-Out! From 1987. I remember
It's a
that
classic.
one. Yeah, that's a classic, obviously.
Yeah, I agree. As the other game, actually.
Tyson's Revenge.
Custer's could have been the same. Can I get line of the day?
Yeah.
Nice try, kid.
We learned the staff has no balls whatsoever.
No.
Me and Anthony said the same thing. Like this.
Bunch of pussies. They should have absolutely fucking just made it the most uncomfortable situation.
I actually jockeyed my chair towards the door.
He's nervous. Norton was back here. He went.
You know what, though?
My
I had
heart
nothing to
was
do with
pounding.
it, and I was watching for my escape round, too. We all were looking, all right, I think I can jump over this console. I think I can get out in 2 seconds.
Man.
Hey, Chris, it was a pleasure. I hope you come back. I don't think you'll ever be back.
What's wrong with Steve?
He's just doing what he normally does here.
He's sitting in those chairs. You can't sit in those chairs.
I thought he looked like he was thinking deeply.
No,
I'm going to pee my pants.
I hate for this one to end there, Obi.
I think we did everything. Unless you want to keep going, I gotta go. Everyone's got to go.
We're out of here.
A Lion's Tale, a great book. Chris Jericho signing 100 Broadway in Manhattan at 12:30 today.
Yes. Thank you, guys.
We'll see you Monday.
Thanks,
30 today.
Yes. Thank you, guys.
We'll see you Monday.
Thanks,
30 today.
Yes. Thank you, guys.
We'll see you Monday. 30 today.
Yes. Thank you, guys.
We'll see you Monday. 30 today.
Yes. Thank you, guys.
We'll see you Monday. 30 today.
Yes. Thank you, guys.
We'll see you Monday. 30 today.
Yes. Thank you, guys.
We'll see you Monday. 30 today.
Yes. Thank you, guys.
We'll see you Monday. 30 today.
Yes. Thank you, guys.
We'll see you Monday. 30 today.
Yes. Thank you, guys.
We'll see you Monday. 30 today.
Yes. Thank you, guys.
We'll see you Monday. 30 today.
Yes. Thank you, guys.
We'll see you Monday. 30 today.
Yes. Thank you, guys.
We'll see you Monday. 30 today.
Yes. Thank you, guys.
We'll see you Monday. 30 today.
Yes. Thank you, guys.
We'll see you Monday. 30 today.
Yes. Thank you, guys.
We'll see you Monday. 30 today.
Yes. Thank you, guys.
We'll see you Monday. 30 today.
Yes. Thank you, guys.
We'll see you Monday.